Hey there, sentient clouds of mold spores. My name is Zeke Freak, and I schmurdy wordy on the hurdy-gurdy. Joining me today are my usual cohorts, Kevin, who forgot to build a bear while he still could, and Saradin, pragmatist for the ages. And together, we're gonna crack open a vintage 1872 Charlemagne Montoya and party like it's 1873. And the harvest came in, and the harvest was good. Welcome to the Bakagaijinshow.
You know, I did not build a bear, but I did build a pony at one point.
You built a pony?
Yeah, they had like the fucking My Little Pony Build-A-Bears, and I made Fluttershy. This was back in like 2012, mind you, so it was a long,
I
long
thought
time ago.
I thought you meant recently.
No, this is like a decade ago plus.
Oh, okay. Well, could you please direct me to the name and address of whoever the fuck asked?
Look, man, you bring it up. I have to say
Sure.
something about it.
I brought up
Ergo.
building a bear. You did not
Okay.
build a bear.
But it was at the Build-A-Bear.
Well, yeah, they got to diversify. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. You can build a
I mean,
Pokemon.
I'm not surprised about that. Can
Some
you
of
build a
those-
freak? Can you build a freak mutant monster Pokemon made out of various different species parts?
No, they don't let you do. They don't let you do shit like that at Build-A-Bear. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. Unfortunately, I wish it'd be funny.
Build a bear, more like burn it to the ground. Fuck that place. If I can't make a Pokemon that wants to scream out in pain and agony and wish for death, then what the fuck is the point?
I'm sorry. Have you read the Pokedex?
Yeah, but I mean like unnaturally.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Not its
Yeah.
usual function.
I want them to know that it's not evolution that caused their misery. It was me.
It was a handmade horror beyond their comprehension.
Yeah, I want to be the fucking Sid of Build-A-Bear.
Let's go out and play.
Oh boy.
Uh.
Yep.
Yep.
Here we are once again. It's
Here we are again on the road.
yeah, I can't fucking say it. There we go. I really should have had that ready, but I didn't. Wow, I just realized my avatar is so blown out that my background is almost white.
Yeah. Yeah. Like fuck, dude. I did notice that you've been slowly changing your avatar on Twitter because like first it was Cone, but then it's Cone Closer, and now it's Cone Closer, and also the fucking brightness has been boosted.
No, I added a
Oh, you also added a scanline filter.
right. Well, so I first I tilted it to the side, then I zoomed it in closer because I didn't like how it wasn't filling the circle all the way. Then I added the glow, and then I added the scan lines.
Yep. It pops.
Wow, really fucking riveting podcast topic, Kevin. Thanks.
I'm just saying, it's something that happened.
And then I opened GIMP, and I selected Open Image, and then I went over to the colors, to the filters section, and I scrolled down to the light and shadow section, and then I moved my cursor over to the bloom. Thank you for joining me on the fucking editing images podcast.
Let's go!
Oh yeah, that grocery store arc hit different. Anyway, we're back after prolonged inadvertent. Well, I guess it was kind of a semi-advertent. Absence.
It was somewhat planned, in a sense.
We knew it would happen at least one of those weeks. I don't know what we were doing the week before. I think we just decided not to.
Yeah, I think it was just I think Mike was busy.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. At the very least,
Do you expect me to remember things from that long ago? I mean, after all,
Sure.
just want
Very true.
excuses to use that.
Ah, yes.
Other people start podcasts because they have something meaningful they want to share with the world. Me, I just want to make as many running gags as possible.
We have like 15 that we're doing, at this point.
Something like that. I don't know.
It's a lot.
You think You think I can keep track? After all,
It's been a while.
yeah. Wow, I just started my other music, and that really the tone really clashed.
Oh wow. Curse you.
Then again, I'm sure it
Spotify?
clashes with the music that the audience is hearing. So
It's like 3 different levels of clashing audio, but none of it is something that the other people can hear.
I'm a maestro of disorder.
Disorder.
That's what my
and
psychologist
chaos.
called me when I was 7. You kid, you are a maestro of disorder. Thanks, I'm gonna remember that on a podcast fucking 18 years from now.
I played bass for Maestro of Disorder.
That's you know what? That's golf clap worthy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem, man. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
So anyway, today is the Colossal Con special, I suppose.
Yes, it is, because we, collectively, the 3 of us, did go to ColossalCon. At least, 2 of us did for the entirety of the weekend.
Yeah, us and some other schlub. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Cuba the 3rd went with us.
Yeah, we might have had a hanger on. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we went. We've been planning to go for a while, and then we did go.
Yeah, it was something that's been like minimum 6 months planned, but it was like, kind of something we were knocking around for a while before that.
Yeah. So we're just gonna talk about some experiences, what we liked, what we didn't like, the loves we found and lost.
The people that
All
yelled
them-
at us for saying words they didn't like.
Oh, please tell me that story.
You're still hung up on that? I mean, we'll tell that story. I was just like, I had totally forgotten about that because that bitch was so fucking inconsequential to the planet Earth.
Oh, but it was funny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had to stifle a laugh on that one. I was
Yeah.
just like, how did you survive in the retail industry? Story to come later.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that because that happened like last day of the convention. But
Yeah.
no, yeah. Let me actually get my schedule over here. I actually still have my schedule.
Yeah.
Just look at the shit that we did.
Mostly stand in lines.
Yeah, the biggest difference between ColossalCon and OhioCon is that ColossalCon had much... Interestingly, it's a bigger convention in a smaller space because it's in a larger building, but we only had 1 floor to work with, whereas for OhioCon they had a larger convention area and they had both floors.
Yeah, and the Hyatt Regency's huge. That building is so big, we were only in half of it.
Yeah, like...
There was
Oh,
an
yeah.
entire, like, separate massive wing that was just not part of it at all, and they kept telling us to not go near.
Yeah, it's just like, don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, but yeah, if I have one complaint about ColossalCon, it's that we spent a lot of time waiting in line, or deliberating about lines we didn't want to wait in.
Yeah, yeah. 'cause-
Whereas I don't remember that about OhioCon. I feel like the only time there was ever a line was right before something opened, and then it was immediately like, yeah, come and go if you will, just walk around.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like God bless you, Mike, for actually bearing the stand in the line for the Otaku Craft Fair. I couldn't stand doing that. I saw that and
I regret. I should have. I wouldn't. The other thing that pissed me off, well, slightly ticked me, is that
right.
later we waited in line for this shit, and then like 3 hours later, you could just walk in. It doesn't like they're not even fucking keeping track. So
Yeah.
I regret not going back to the craft fair. It's something I just forgot to do.
Yeah, to be fair, the craft fair was like an all-day thing. It was open until it was from 2 to 10.
Yeah, I just forgot to go back.
Yeah, yeah.
Fortunately. But yeah, that's my one big critique. Cap attendance or something.
Yeah, cap attendance, get a better fucking place to do the
There were
convention. I
there were
don't
some
know.
things where the line would literally wrap around the entire like square, like it's basically two big adjoining squares, and there
Yeah,
were times
yeah.
where one line would wrap all the way back around the entire square.
Yeah, yeah. The craft fair was especially bad in that regard.
Yeah, if we ever go back, I think we should probably realize that like some of that shit, like the craft fair and the artist alley, it's like if we just wait, then we can just walk right in.
Yeah, just give it like 3 hours for all of the people to just, do their rounds, and then we can just go back in. We got there pretty
Yeah.
early for the artist alley, though, so waiting there wasn't too bad.
That's yeah. No, yeah, yeah. Right, that's the one. That's the one where I bought the soda. That's where I bought the lollipop soda.
Yeah, the fuck. I still have the bottle for that in my backpack.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I fucking, I fucking love
I remember I took one sip. I'm like, this is the exact flavoring they use in the cherry Tootsie Pops.
They do, yeah. Don't pop a lolly. Pop the top off a lollipop. It's that snappiness.
Starting this podcast off strong.
Why must
Said the
these...
FBI guy monitoring our shit.
Hey, I mean, I'll take my listeners where I can get them.
Good lord, your standards.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if they find it entertaining, like,
Yeah, why not?
no, yeah.
I can't wait to one week be like, and we got an email from my personal FBI agent who writes in, what the fuck, actually?
They also had another one that was called Shota Cola,
Yeah.
which I almost bought one, but I was like, no.
Well, I tasted the first one, and I thought the rest of these flavors aren't gonna knock me away. It's stock flavorings.
Yeah, it's fairly stock. It's not bad.
I'll give them credit for being the cheapest fucking drink in the whole place at $3.
Yeah. If you want to get a drink literally anywhere else, you have to pay like $4 or $5. Jeez.
Yeah, and also the vending machines won't fucking work.
Yeah, you spent like a good 10 minutes trying to get a $5 bill to work.
Yep.
Just just pushing that in there, yeah.
Yeah.
You were determined to get that to work.
I was thirsty. I was thirsty. I wanted to wash away the pain of the $9 mozzarella sticks.
Right, but unfortunately, 'twas not to be. 'Twas not to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. The first day we were there, we found some pretty fun cosplays, though. Personal favorite, and probably the most creative cosplay of the entire convention was, I'll put a picture up here, 2 people cosplaying as Aperture Science.
That was technically day 2, but yeah.
Right, yeah, but 2 people cosplaying people from Aperture Science with portal guns. The blue portal was a camera, and the red portal was a projector. And it was pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, it was very innovative.
It's just such a creative and fun idea, just done perfectly. Fucking love shit.
Yeah,
like
that was a lot of fun.
Yep. There was also a guy dressed as Cowboy Dante from Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
There was a whole group of different characters, but they were all in maid costumes. So you had you had Rem and Ram, you had Shootin' Doji from fucking Fate Grand Order, you had a bunch of other stuff, you had a bunch of other girls and stuff, and a couple of dudes dressed up in French maid outfits.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were perusing together. There was also the guy who was dressed up as whatever his name is, Marvin or whatever, the Pikmin guy. And then and then she was being followed by a bunch of dudes who were all dressed up in skin-tight colored suits with dongles on their head like Pikmin.
Yeah, just
and they were all 100% in character, acting like complete buffoons following her around.
I did not see the
shouting orders at them.
I did not see the Pikmin, but I did see the squad of Amogus.
I did see some Amogus. I did see a few Amogus.
I completely missed the Amogus. Either I have completely I have finally succeeded in ascending my brain to the part where Amogus just appears invisible to me so I can retain my sanity, or I just didn't see them.
You must have just been in completely different areas because they were huge. Those are huge costumes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're just like the big inflatable ones, like that stupid dinosaur suit.
Yeah, and there were like 4 of them, and they're just wobbling around. It was fun.
Yep. One of them was an imposter.
That's how it works, Kevin.
Yep,
Congratulations, you've understood the premise. I just want to know if they had someone actually hoist them and chuck them out of the hotel.
You have been ejected from Colossal Con.
Get
You want-
fucked, idiot.
Yeah, I was almost hoping I'd walk out and like see him just floating in the moat.
It's like, oh, he got voted out.
Yep. Oh, I guess it was the imposter.
Yep, there he is. Yeah, a couple other cosplays that I saw were painting
Welcome
in
to
stock.
the Kevin scrolls through his camera roll
Yeah,
section of the
yeah,
podcast.
yeah. I didn't take. Yeah, comparative. The thing is, comparative to.
That's true. In OhioCon, you took pictures constantly.
Yeah, but like this time, I was just like, I'm only gonna take pictures of the ones that are like, the ones that really stand out to me. You know.
Oh yeah, me too. That's what I do at conventions anymore. It's like I've seen so many fucking half-assed cosplays.
Yeah.
Like the only things that really impress me anymore are the ones that are like super fucking cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, no offense to anybody who's out there cosplaying casually, but like, you know, I've met professional cosplayers before, so it's like, you know, that's kind of the standard I look for anymore.
Yeah, no offense. He just thinks you're wasting your time and money and energy and life.
No, it's just that to impress me at this point, it's like, you know, it's like anime with me. There's very little that impresses me anymore.
Yeah.
True. You are the Simon Cowell of whatever this is.
One of my favorite homemade cosplays was this dude that just made a cosplay of just fucking Megatron from Generation 1 Transformers.
No, Buckethead himself.
Oh yeah, it was a great cosplay. Fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I think the two funniest ones that I found were the guy in the cave from the original Legend of Zelda, who had like a fucking
dangerous
banner.
to go alone, that guy.
Yeah, just like a banner behind him saying it's dangerous to go alone, take this, and like a sword connected to 2 strings in front of him. It was great. And the other one was let me see if I can find it here. Attack on Titan, I suppose. I didn't watch the show, and it's literally just a dude walking around with Titan, like the moon, with a thumbtack on it.
Yeah.
And it was like Attack on Titan. I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Yep.
No, yeah, there were some fun. There were some fun cosplays, though. Interestingly, not as many as there were at OhioCon. I was a little disappointed.
Usually, ColossalCon has much better quality cosplays too.
Yeah,
I think the thing with OhioCon that year was that was the first year they were open post-pandemic.
Yeah,
and so the people who had been working on cosplays for the previous year had an extra year to work on their cosplays.
True.
And so, like, you know, there was no rushing involved. Everybody was like, you know, there were so many more people just wanting to show up to any convention,
Yeah,
you know, with their prime cosplay. And OhioCon happened to be like one of the first ones that happened after the lockdowns and the restrictions lifted. So, like, I feel like that is a big contributing factor because usually OhioCon is a bunch of drunk OSU kids half-assing cosplays. Like, no offense to the crowd, there are some great ones there. Usually,
that's what college is
don't
for.
get me wrong. But like the number of good ones compared to the number of like, oh yeah, man, I wore a black pea coat and carry a briefcase. I'm Roger from fucking Big O. It's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
right, it's great job, kid. You know, it's like, you know, it's just, you know, the number of half-assed ones at OhioCon. So I was actually shocked and rather pleased to see that quality there. But ColossalCon usually has excellent cosplay. I think the thing we did not do is go out to the outdoor water park, because at the outdoor water park and the grassy areas outside of the convention center are generally where a lot of the really good cosplayers decide to take their photos.
Yeah.
And then they go and strip them off in their bedroom, and then they come back to the regular convention.
In our defense, it was hot.
It was very hot. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. I just think that's probably why you missed a lot of the really good ones.
Yeah, that's probably why.
So, but like ColossalCon usually has excellent cosplay.
Yeah, which so it was a little weird, just not.
I thought it was pretty good on the whole.
Oh, pretty good. Yeah. I'm just saying, OhioCon last year was honestly kind of better.
I'll take your word for it. I don't remember it super well.
Yeah. No, yeah. I did tour the what the fuck is it called? The dealer's room.
Yeah.
My goal.
Oh yeah, so did I.
Yeah, my goal was to find Precure merch. I did. I am satisfied.
We're all very happy for you.
Yeah. Interestingly, one of the things that I found there, I'm used to, like, a lot of dealers' halls having merchandise that's, like, 6 months, a year old, or stuff from, like, last 5 years that they can't sell anymore.
Yeah.
But, surprisingly, I managed to find a plush from the current season of Precure that had only come out, like, a few weeks before the convention, so that was, like, new.
Yeah, I think I understood the assignment.
Oh, yeah, so I bought that fucking immediately.
Yes, we did.
Bought that fucking immediately.
Yeah, I walked around the entire dealer's hall and the artist alley. I didn't really end up buying anything.
Nah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm at a weird point where, like, the shit that I would really like is just not shit that's being sold. It's either popular but not popular, or it's just too old. So yeah, I'm honestly shocked by how do I describe this? Given the relative, it's just the mental calculus in my head doesn't add up to what I see a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the stuff the stuff I thought would be fading a bit by now isn't. The stuff I thought would be sticking around isn't. And like obviously I'm not talking about like the really like old hype like niche interests I have. Like I did not expect to see any Shauna whatsoever.
Yeah.
But like I expected to see a Rika somewhere, but there wasn't. Not one. And even like the current stuff that's relatively popular that I would like enough to buy anything of, there's either nothing or it's really expensive. There was one Eris figure.
One, and it was
and
like
it was $225.
Yeah. It was like the good one, but like it's too much money. Fuck.
Yeah, like the stuff that kind of caught my attention a little bit was, and I kind of regret this because I knew as soon as I walked away from it that someone was going to grab it. There was a $60 Anya Nendoroid, which for $60 is actually really good.
Yeah.
And I walked away from that and I thought this will probably be gone by the time I come back, and it was.
Dude, when you see shit like that, you can't think too hard about it. If you really want, like, oh God, yeah, no, I get it.
To be fair though, like I was. I think my thought process, because that was very early that was like the third booth I looked at.
Right.
So my thought process was, well, there's probably something here I'm going to want more than this, and there wasn't.
There wasn't. No.
So, yeah. So I spent an embarrassing amount of time digging through the fucking $5 poster box.
Yeah.
Only to come to the conclusion there were some I liked okay, but nothing. The problem there wasn't money. Like it's $5, whatever.
Yeah.
But the problem there was simply wall real estate. Where I was looking at the good ones I picked out. I was like, do I really want to dedicate the wall space to this?
Would it be worth it? Would it be worth it?
Yeah, and I just kind of came to the mental calculus that no, although that was quite a time. If you wanted One Piece or BTS posters, oh boy, there were so many in there.
Like if you got anybody who's a fan of both One Piece and BTS at the exact same time is going to have a fucking field day there.
Oh yeah, dude, you would find a dozen posters you would have liked in that box. There was some odd stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
Admittedly, like there was some really old Rurouni Kenshin posters.
Just like we can't get rid of it anymore.
For some reason, every Hunter x Hunter poster I found, which is not many, but the few I found in that box, of those 2 boxes, were all from the '99 anime, which I thought was interesting.
I have something to mention, like a Rurouni Kenshin related anecdote, but like it happened later in the convention, so I'll get to it later.
Sure. Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But in terms of like, I dug through the poster box. There are a few things that kind of caught my eye. Like there were some ReZero posters I thought were okay.
Yeah.
One of the Hunter x Hunter ones I was kind of interested in, but ultimately I just decided not to dedicate more wall space to it. I don't know. Nothing that jumped out at me. I was like, this is a visual I must have on my wall. It's like, I'll save that space for something else.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think the only other thing that really caught my eye was there were, honestly, in retrospect, I probably would have bought this if I remembered by the time, if I had remembered. But I passed by, there were some keychains of all the Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists, and I might have picked up for like, I don't know, like $15-16 or something. I might have gotten like a Yuya or something if I had remembered, but I just didn't.
Right.
That might be part of my problem as I go into these things, and I treat it like a regular fucking store where I look at everything before I decide if I want to buy
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely the same way, and the reason is because I've been burned before.
Oh yeah.
I, like, you know, when I first started going to conventions and stuff, I would go to like, you know, I would go to a convention and then go to the dealer's hall and start just snap buying the first things I saw. And then I would find something that I really wanted at the end of the convention, and I was like, well, I'm out of cash, can't buy that.
Yeah,
I had that mindset, especially because
impulse buys and nothing I actually wanted.
Yeah, because I have limited money because I haven't been working since the end of March, so
yeah. So yeah, you really have to be. So what I generally do is, unless I see something that I know absolutely I'm into, like usually VTuber merch, if I know I want it, I'll get. But like, you know, or art or stuff like that, I'll usually buy snap it up. But like everything else, anime related or video game related or other stuff, I'm like, that's neat. I wonder if there's something better in this room though.
Yeah.
And then I go through the whole room and look through everything and make sure that what I'm getting is actually what I want. I try to find the best stuff around. So I will say that the dealer's hall isn't as good at Colossal Con, but the Artist Alley is significantly better. And I think I've discussed this before. OhioCon is kind of a unique case because technically Dojin goods, like things like fan-made stuff, are technically not allowed in or not legal in the United States. And it's not like in Japan where, like, you know, you're allowed to basically cannibalize somebody else's you know, you're basically allowed to cannibalize somebody's you know, IP to make Dojin work or whatever.
Yeah.
In fact, the anime market over there encourages it, but the US has different laws regarding that. That being said, companies like Funimation don't care.
That's always really fucking funny to me, because it's like some aspects of copyright law are stricter here, and then different aspects are way stricter over there. Like they have like they have no concept of free use over there, unlike us, which is really fucking weird when you consider their entire Dojin scene, which we don't have. It's very strange.
Well, and here's the bizarre case of OhioCon. I'll go over this again briefly. So what happened was, you know, companies like Funimation and the rights holders for the American distribution of like official goods and stuff over here in the United States.
Yeah.
You know, Aniplex USA, what, you know, Bandai, when they used to do that kind of stuff, they don't actually care.
Yeah.
Because they recognize that it brings fanfare. However, they are obligated to care if somebody directly points it out to them. By law, they are obligated, and if they don't, then they can have their licenses and other stuff revoked, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So what they have to do is, you know, conventions, they're basically allowed to do that until somebody raises a stink about it, and then they have to step in. 99% of conventions, everybody's like, nobody bring it up to them directly or write a letter, and we can sell Dojin goods here and support fan artists.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some idiot, some absolute fucking moron wrote a letter to Funimation once about OhioCon doing Dojin goods in their Artist Alley, and ever since, and because Funimation had to take interest now, they had to send basically a cease and desist to OhioCon saying, if you're going to allow artists there, that's fine, but it basically can't entail any official licensed IP. It all has to be original stuff. So, like, unless you're really interested in getting commissioned furry art or looking at art or goods of somebody's OC, the Artist Alley at OhioCon sucks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they can't even take commissions for anime characters or stuff. So, so while Colossacon's,
well, I'm sure they'd love to, but you gotta step outside first. It's kind of like card shops where you can't buy from people.
You can't buy or sell.
So everybody just walks outside to do it.
Yeah.
I fucking love doing that. It was where you literally discuss the deal in the open on the table, and then like, cool, and then we walk outside, exchange goods, and then walk back inside.
It's like no goods are exchanging hands on the premises. It's fair game.
Human society is so funny.
We're in the legal right here.
Yep.
Yeah. About the only thing that I got from the artist's alley in at Colossal Con was a butt mouse pad of Yoruichi from Bleach.
Yeah, there was some good stuff at the artist alley. It's mostly prints, which again I have limited wall space, and also I live with my parents, so
yeah. Which
yeah,
they're nice if you can, afford to put it up.
Yeah. I think though, maybe next year will be better because by then the fucking there are some Nendos I'm kind of waiting on, like the Kiriko one.
Right.
Yeah. But they're not out yet.
That'll be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I saw one Kiriko cosplay.
Oh, okay, nice.
Saw one.
One. I saw I saw a couple I saw 3 different Unogasai cosplayers.
You will go to every convention on Earth and always find Naruto, Unogasai, Rei and Asuka, somebody's Goku, somebody's Deadpool, or there's 20 of them. Like, there's just and then there's always like 250 Sailor Moons. Like, there's just animes that refuse to die in like the public lexicon.
Unfortunately, it's never the ones that want to buy shit.
Also half the people.
And it's the ones I've been done with for like 20 fucking years at this point. Like,
I
get it, they're iconic. But seriously,
also half the people cosplaying Sailor Moon have no business cosplaying Sailor Moon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, I was quite pleased that most of the girls doing it this year were very attractive.
Oh yeah.
There were some nice ones, and then there were some like really brave fat women.
Yes, like you know what, you go, girl.
Yeah,
Not my thing.
I wish I had your confidence. Is all I will say.
Yeah.
You go.
Yep. No, yeah. Dude, I had a realization when I was on that eBay spree like last year, where I'm like, we're talking about like the anime that have like survived the scene, pop culture osmosis, through the ages and stuff. What the sort of natural self-selection of that.
Yeah.
And I had the realization, was like, Shauna is now so old. She was Nendoroid number 47. 47! They're in the 4 digits now.
Yeah. There are like over 1,000 Nendoroids now. There's so many.
Well, they've really cranked it up in recent years. Like, it almost feels like any IP holder can just... I think it used to be like a prestige thing, but now like almost any IP holder can be like, we want one. And they're like, you want 5? Yeah, we'll take 5.
Honestly, I think the funniest thing is that the first Nendoroid was fucking Neko Arc.
Well, now I gotta play a sound. God damn you! You can't summon him into existence.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Get him out of here.
Thank you, Mossbag. You fucking weirdo.
I'm Mossbag, and I fully endorse this matter.
Thank you.
Mossbag cameo.
Well, I can't believe I got Mossbag on the show.
Dang. Really moving up here.
Yep.
Yeah. I did not go to almost any like of the fan panels because most of them didn't interest me.
Yeah, I'm not really a panel guy.
Yeah, most of them didn't interest me, or the ones that did interest me were like conflicting with other things that I wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got standing in line to do.
Exactly.
You can't just be going to panels.
Exactly. No, yeah. The only panel that I really went to was, I think it was on Friday.
To be fair, I want to just point something out for people who haven't been. There's a lot of seating. There's fucking couches and armchairs everywhere.
Yeah, which is fucking great. I love it, but
it's kind of a band-aid fix for how much waiting in line they expect you to do. But yeah, I mean, you'll be comfortable most of the time.
Oh yeah. If you're lucky enough to be adjacent to one of the walls that has a couch or a chair.
We had pretty good luck with that.
We did, generally speaking, yeah. But yeah, the only fan panel that I actually went to was the let me take a look at the name of this. I want to get the name right. It was, I think it was on Friday.
I like how you jiggled the paper as loudly as possible. That's good podcast etiquette.
Borderline Panels Bad Anime Night, which was an 18+ panel. It was the only 18+ panel I went to, so I did get use out of that little fucking wristband that they put on me. It was fine for the most part, but they got to I will say, apart from one anime about like a sentient fart, I'm not kidding. It's a real anime. I can't believe
they made an anime based on that one Sanjay and Craig episode.
Fart baby.
Yep.
No, yeah, aside from an anime about a sentient fart, I knew all of the anime that they were talking about, so I ended up leaving halfway through the panel. It was a 2-hour panel, by the by.
That's a lot of bad anime.
It's a lot of bad anime, but I knew I knew almost all the bad anime that they were talking about. The only bad part was when they brought up the anime Aiken, which they brought up the fact that they inevitably brought up the fact that all the characters are in middle school or high school, and you know that kind of thing, and of course a lot of pedo jokes started flying around. Like,
oh boy!
At one point, though, someone I think the panelists got a little bit too complacent with the jokes that were flying around, and they flew a bit close to the sun because someone brought up, it's like, are the people who made this anime in jail? And they said, well, the creator of Rurouni Kenshin's still working, and you could hear a fucking pin drop, because, like, everyone just immediately went from laughing to going, ooh. Yeah, that was a fucking mood killer right there. Glad to see that people are, have some fucking sense. It's like, literally, one half of the room was just like, ooh, and the other half was just like, just shaking their head, no.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a serious, like actual crimes are serious.
Yeah, it's like
things,
an
and you shouldn't conflate them with your fucking cartoons.
Yeah, like fucking curious about that one.
The fucking cognitive dissonance is in the air tonight.
It's real. Like, oh my god. It was I did not leave after that.
To be a fly on the wall, that's a great moment. I really would have liked to see the moment where an entire crowd of people is fucking gobsmacked by the cognitive dissonance associating that with cartoons.
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, I was already, like, rolling my eyes at all of these jokes, because I'm like, yeah, cartoons, haha, FBI open up. But then that happened, and everyone collectively just...
It's an entire crowd of people making the black star face.
Yes! That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Apparently this was their second time hosting the panel. It's probably their last time hosting the panel.
Good.
Or at least I'd be willing to bet. Because it's like, you don't do that.
I hope so. We need less people like that hosting panels.
You don't do that, man. You don't do that. Look, even if you fucking agree, it's like, you don't...
I just don't fucking... These conventions are supposed to be a celebration of this subculture.
Yeah.
Why are you getting up on a soapbox and being like, people who like this are fucking criminals, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, that's not kosher.
It's just
a Jew wouldn't eat that.
It was just... Yeah. Now, I don't get people who do shit like that, man. It's just...
Yep. I'm gonna get up on stage and make some people feel bad today.
Yeah, like, what possesses
how to say you're terminally online on Twitter without actually saying it.
pretty much. Yeah, this is
Wow.
this is like
Wow,
fucking
you managed.
Twitter brain.
I'm surprised you managed to find your way here in meat space.
Yeah.
With how terminally online you are.
No, yeah, that was. I left like shortly after that. I stayed around for one more anime that they showed off, Master of Martial Arts, which was actually bad.
I was just gonna say it's shit like that. It's shit like that why I don't go to panels.
Yeah, no, that I don't blame you. Yeah, honestly, that was probably the best panel that they had at the convention, honestly, considering some of the other shit that there was. Because, like, one of them was, like, Sonic 06, 5 out of 5 or worst game ever. Like,
To be fair, I mean, I don't have the same offense to that. If people want to honestly, people arguing about Sonic is pretty benign in my book in comparison to that.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of wishing that I went to the karaoke instead.
Yeah, you're unlikely to get shitty opinions at karaoke.
Yeah, people are just singing anime songs, usually poorly. Yeah, kind of wishing I just went to Colossal Con karaoke instead. That would have been a better use of my time.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
But no, yeah, I did, however, go to a couple of concerts. Well, 1.5. So first there was the Kaza concert on that was Friday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which Mike is the one who dragged us to that one because he's just like, you gotta see Kaza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, were
They
you
were good. They were fun.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Had a good time with that.
There you go. That's all.
Yep. Kaza's good. Kaza's good. They started, yeah, and later that night, they started a little too late, so I had to walk out like halfway through their set, but I also got to see Cybertronic Spree in concert, and God, those guys are fucking awesome. I deeply respect the dedication to dressing up as robots under hot fucking studio lights in front of a crowd of like hundreds of people. I have to deeply fucking respect that. And also having to fucking sing rock music.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, they had a great set, or what I saw was a great set. I had to walk out around the time they started singing Ballroom Blitz, though. Apparently they sang a medley later on in the show that was a combination of Doom E1M1 and Go Go Power Rangers, and I wish I was there for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen that, but they were playing really late.
Yeah, they were. And you would have had a problem anyway because they started half an hour late anyway. So, and that's entirely because Professor Shy Guy was on beforehand and he had a bunch of technical issues getting started. So they had to push everything back by half an hour. But no, yeah, to my memory, the Cybertronic set was the Transformers theme from 1986, of course, obviously. Dare from the 1986 Transformers theme, Transformers movie. Their English cover of the One Punch Man theme.
I'm sorry, when you said dare in that context, I thought drugs are not the right of all sentient beings.
Honestly, that's what I thought. It's like, how that word has forever been tainted by by whatever the fuck Dare was. Was Dare created by the same people? Can we sidebar real quick? Was Dare created by the same people that did the fucking sex education?
I think
celibacy education in fucking schools, because that shit don't work.
I think it was the same people who did what the fuck was the dog's name? McGraw.
No, yeah, absolutely. He was the mascot for Dare.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Clearly that one's true, but like,
was he? I think they stopped using him by the time I was in school. But yeah.
They used him for a couple years while I was in school, but he got phased out pretty quick.
Yeah, by the time Dare came to me, circa, I don't know, 2007, I think they had phased him out for just random cop.
Thing is, I got to see Dare in like fucking grade school, dude.
No, I didn't see them until middle school.
Yeah, so I was in like the tail end of the McGraw era, I guess.
Yeah.
But No, yeah, they also played
Yeah.
they also played a medley of the 90s X-Men and Spider-Man themes, which was fucking sweet. They did
Yeah, we should have seen it.
yeah, God, Cybertronic Spree, man. Next chance I see them, if they are playing near me at any point in the next year, I'm
Yeah.
going. Like, I will make the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
trip. It'll be worth it.
Yeah. I was also interested in the Mystery Skull show, but that was on Saturday, and we all decided not to go on Saturday.
Yeah, which we'll get to our whole, like, Cedar Point adventures in a second, but
It's fucking windy.
it fucking windy.
Right. It's fucking windy.
But no, one other thing that I did at the actual convention center was and one other things that I actually did at the convention center was I went and met both Kyle Bear and Robbie Damon,
Yeah.
which was
You might know him, lead star of Breadwinners.
yeah. The funny thing is, he had Breadwinner's prints at his table that you could buy for him to sign.
Well, naturally.
No, yeah. I was only able to afford one autograph, so I decided to just, take a few minutes to talk to, Kyle Bear, just have a little conversation with him. Fucking gem of a human being, super nice guy.
Yeah, I've also met him. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really nice.
I had a great time talking to him. I hope to see him again sometime. I would love to actually get him to sign shit next time. Maybe by then I'll have something Gurren Lagann for him to put his name on.
Yeah, apparently in the fucking 7 years since I've had anything signed by a voice actor, they've gotten quite pricey.
Yeah, it's like $50 just to sign something like
yeah,
an
I got
individual
I got
signing,
A Bear's autograph in like 2015 for like I think it was like $2.
Oh, man, you got lucky, man, and then you sold that shit accidentally.
Right? Yeah, I
How do you
sold.
accidentally sell something like that? I'm curious.
Well, because I had him sign a copy of Persona 4 Golden, and around summer of 2019, I sold off my Vita collection in a lot, and I forgot he had signed that. So I sold the entire lot of my physical Vita collection, and included was my signed copy of P4G, and I just forgot about it.
Ah, yeah.
Also, I'm pissed off because I sold that right before Vita prices got insane. I could have easily tripled my money if I'd waited 2 months.
Dude, you God. Yeah, again, that's like the opposite of what I sold Killer 7, because I sold Killer 7 at like a pawn shop and I got like $50 off of it. Literally a week later, it got put up on Steam.
Yeah.
And all the prices just plummeted.
Yeah, no, I'm forever pissed off about selling my Vita collection slightly too early.
Oh, man. No, yeah, I was literally just like, I am never going to play Killer 7, and, like, it is never going to be up on a modern digital storefront. I might as just well sell it, get some money, and then, like, a week later it's on Steam, and I'm like, oh!
I am bemused, however, that whatever game store I sold my copy to, someone out there is randomly going to buy a copy randomly signed by Kyle Bear one day.
Yeah, they're going to be like, what the fuck is that? Kyle Bear!
Somebody fucking owns that somewhere, I imagine.
Yep. God bless whoever you are. But no, yeah, I got Robbie Damon. Yeah, I walked over and I got Robbie Damon to sign my Blu-ray for Sailor Moon R, the movie. I had a choice of having him either sign the season 1 Blu-ray or the Sailor Moon R movie, and I figured, let's go with the Sailor Moon R movie because this is the one where he really plays a prominent role in the story.
Yeah.
So he was very happy that I brought that one because, like, he loves that movie, and he says, like, both me and him agree, best Sailor Moon movie. Like, just flat out. And
is he erection inducing in person?
God, he's gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
He is a handsome dude.
Robbie Damon!
Robbie's a handsome man. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
Yes, he does wear the hat.
Oh, good.
Yep. It's exactly as he is in the pictures. It's perfect.
All is right with the world.
Oh yeah, no. Robbie's a gem as well. Fucking love that dude. Yeah, we had a little talk about Sailor Moon, and he thought it was the coolest fucking thing. So he signed my Sailor Moon Blu-ray. They had me take they don't sign it on the case, they sign it on the insert, so I had to take the insert out and have him like sign it on that. And he thought it was the coolest thing. I was like after he signed it, I was like, the interesting thing is, not only do I have the Blu-ray and I have your signing on it, I also have, and I opened up the case, the ticket from when I saw the movie in theaters, and he thought that was the coolest thing. He thought it was like legitimately awesome that I kept the ticket. So that's fucking cool. I think
he might have just been surprised that they still print tickets.
To be fair, the movie came out in theaters in like 2017, 2018. So it was like, well, pre-pandemic, pretty firmly.
He's like, wow, a ticket. I haven't seen one of those since I was a lad. It's all on the phones now.
Yep.
They just email you receipts now.
Yeah, and he was like, that is a nice little souvenir, isn't it?
Vintage, even.
Yep. No, yeah, he thought that was cool. I think I gave him a nice little moment there. So that was a fucking gem of a time there. Both guys, just amazing human beings. Would love to meet both of them again. And he actually signed it over at the corner near where Tuxedo Mask was on the Blu-ray. He actually signed it Tux with a rose. Which I love that. That's so great. And he like told me directly, it's like, I'm gonna put mine over here in the corner, so if you want to meet either Ben Diskin, Stephanie Shea, Christina V, or anybody else, you could just have them sign near their characters. Which apparently that's a thing that voice actors just do now. They just make room for other actors.
Yeah, cross-promotional.
Yeah.
They don't want to step on each other's toes.
Yeah.
They have a lot of $50 signatures to sell.
They do, admittedly. But, no, yeah, that was fucking fantastic. I had a great time with that.
The 4 people, or the 5 Ian voice actors I would love to meet. Unfortunately, I've only met one of them, and that was Monica Rial. I did get to meet Monica Rial. This was at OhioCon a couple of years ago. I was like one of the last people to show up for her signing. She did not charge for her signing.
Yeah.
And I just walked into the room, and it was just her and her assistant, and she was like, "Come on in, get a signature." I was like, "All right,
okay."
I slapped down my DVD collection of Panty and Stocking, and then I also slapped down my Blu-ray collection of Shimoneta. Where she plays Anna.
Just the 2 nastiest shows she's been in.
Yeah, absolutely. And so she signed. She said, "Do you mind what I put on here?" And I was like, "Put whatever the fuck you want on those things." And so she on my Panty and Stocking one, she wrote "Repent, motherfucker," stocking Monica Rial on it.
Yeah.
And then on the the other one, she wrote "Anna hearts you," Monica Rial, and I looked at that and I was like, I'm not sure that's a good thing. And she's like, that's the joke. For those of you who haven't seen Shimoneta, Anna is a sex terminator.
Yes.
She will pursue you she will pursue the main character like the T1, like the T2000 or whatever, the liquid crystal one.
Yeah.
And she is unrelenting. She will not give up. She will bust down doors, hover towards you, push you down on the ground, and start sexually assaulting you. That is Shimoneta. And so when she was like, Anna hearts you, I'm like, I'm not sure that's a good thing. I feel unsafe. And she's like, that's the joke. Nice. And then I also had, so I have a figure of Asa Shigure from Shuffle, who she also played. And so I had her sign the base of that figure as well.
Oh, nice. You didn't show me that, actually. You didn't show me that.
Yeah, that's in my cabinet.
Oh, nice.
My Asa Shigure is in my cabinet. Shuffle was my first harem anime. But yeah, so she was awesome. I want to meet JYB at some point. Because I've never met a man will destroy his own voice to play a teenager before. Thank you, Renton Thurston.
So I would point you to Sean Chiplock over there in ReZero.
Oh,
Yeah, Sean Chiplock does it too. Like,
yeah.
like good on him for that. But like, I mean, like Johnny Young Bosch literally said when in an interview when he was talking about how he did his voice for Rent, and I was like, I just imagined myself kicking myself in the balls before doing the role.
That just reminds
Crispin
me.
Freeman, because Crispin's in literally everything. Oh, I'm sorry. The other guy I did meet, I have met one other one on the list, and that was Steve Blue. I did get to meet Steve Blue.
I think I think like 5 years ago, I said I had a stated goal to get my copy of V3 signed by everyone in it. I'm not sure I can survive that in this day and age of $50 signatures. That's like $1,000 endeavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I had to give it up on that goal.
Steve Bloom, I did have to pay like $50 for, but I got some stuff signed from him, and I was like the one guy in the line that didn't have a copy of Cowboy Bebop to like. And I gave him a couple of things that he had been in as bit roles, and then I also gave him my buddy's copy of Bulletstorm because he plays them at the MC in Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I have my copy of Expelled from Paradise signed by him. That's right.
Oh yeah, nice.
Because he played Dingo in that. So that was awesome. I want to meet Crispin Freeman and I want to meet Stephanie Sheh. But those are the two I really want to meet outside of that, is Crispin Freeman and Stephanie Sheh. I've met the other two, which is Monica Rial and Steve Blue.
Yeah.
So Steve Bloom also complimented me on my cosplay. I was an Abyss Watcher that day.
He did. I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Really impressed with it. And I was like, damn, dude, you're like making my fucking childhood right now. You know that?
Yeah.
He made a lot of people's childhood. He was Tom. He is Tom still today.
Of Ann Jerry fame?
No.
Oh, right, that Tom. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, but that's been my experience. Oh, who's the woman who played Stalking?
Jamie Markey.
I'm sorry, who's the woman who's played Panty?
Jamie Markey.
I also have. Turns out Jamie Markey worked across from Monica Rial in both Shimonetta and also Penny and Stalking, and I have those sets also signed by her.
Nice.
So,
yeah, the people I want to. Yeah, honestly, I want to meet the rest of the core cast of Sailor Moon R, the movie, so I can get them to sign the rest of that, and then I also want to meet Wendy Lee and Crispin Freeman, so I can have them sign my Haruhi movie Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But like that's like the goal there.
I just want to throw Wendy Lee a fucking Haruhi cosplay, and I said, "Come to my room later. We're doing this." Anyway, and it won't stop till I'm satisfied. Anyway, yeah. But you were like, "But what about like? Didn't she also play Bulma?"
Yes.
I was like, "What about the Bulma cosplay?" I'm like, "Bitch, Haruhi."
Yeah, the interesting thing with Bulma is that she played Bulma in the Harmony Gold English dub from like 1989 that covered 2 movies and 5 episodes. And then like 30 years later, she played Bulma again in like the Southeast Asian dub of Dragon Ball Super.
Shit's weird.
It's fucking wild.
Very bizarre.
Yep.
Really, they got... No.
What?
Okay. I was just confused for a second. Like, they got our actors in Animax dubs?
No. That was like a bang. It was like a Bang Zoom thing.
Right, but you said it was Southeast Asian, so it was not, was it not an Animax dub?
No, that one maybe it was Philippines or something, but no, it was not an Animax dub. No.
The Philippines are weird, man. They renamed Kuwabara to Alfred.
They what?
Oh yeah, no, in the Filipino dub of Yu Hakusho, Kuwabara is named Alfred.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah.
Fucking what? Did they keep the names of everybody else?
I think so.
They just named him Alfred.
There might have been a few random changes here and there, but all I know is he's Alfred in the Filipino dub.
It's like, okay, I can just imagine them going down the list of names, just like Yusuke, that one's fine. Hiei, yeah, that's fine. Koenma, that's cool. Kuwabara, nah, Alfred.
I'm thinking Alfred. Yeah, I'm thinking Alfred.
This dude looks like an Alfred.
He's giving off some Alfred vibes.
Yeah. It's fucking. That's funny. Oh man.
I'm busting up that piece of trivia in a while.
I've never heard of that before. In all the years I've known you, you've never busted that one out. Oh man.
I feel like I have, but maybe I haven't. I don't know.
God, never. Oh my god, wow.
Now in my head, I'm confused for a second. So we have our dub of K-On! That everyone knows. Was that the Animax one, or was the Animax English dub a separate one?
That is a completely separate dub.
Right.
Yeah, my friend Yui Senpai actually has like a multi-video essay on her YouTube channel going over like the history of the K-On! English dubs.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, that was a confusing time because I feel like I saw that and then watched the actual dub shortly thereafter, and I'm like got the timeline confused.
Yeah, no, the Animax dub was done first, like very shortly after the Japanese version was released, and then like a few months later the Bang Zoom dub came out from Bandai.
I see.
Yep. But no, yeah. Hey Mike, you want to talk about Cedar Point?
Cedar fucking Point!
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna just go out and say something real quick. Like, I'm going to a convention recently, or it's not a convention. I'm going to a concert in LA, the Hall Levian Connect concert in LA soon.
Yeah.
And not to cast any real shade here, but like, some of y'all motherfuckers need to understand what a good amusement park is. Because Universal and Disney are not good amusement parks. Like, hot take.
They aren't.
They are good if you want to spend thousands of dollars essentially fucking, waiting in line.
Or spending 8 months beforehand planning out your perfect fast pass schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Like, spend 8 months doing a fast pass schedule, and then you get to, spend 16 hours a day in line.
Hey kids, you want to go to a theme park where you need to fill out a fucking spreadsheet to enjoy it?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I hate parks like that. I cannot stand them. Just can't stand them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you can ride 4 rides a day. You'll wait 10 hours in line. And that's it. That's the end of it. And
that's it. $4,000, please.
Yeah. Thank you. Please give me your $4,000 in Disney bucks.
Please exit through the gift shop.
Yeah, literally. And it's just, it's like you could do that, or you could go to like Cedar Point, ride a bunch of rides that are actually exciting for someone over the age of 7. And actually like get on pretty much everything during the day. The most you'll have to wait in line for something is like an hour and a half, unless you're retarded.
And you still get to meet Snoopy.
Oh, you can't say
that word.
You don't use that word.
We'll get to that story. Anyway, we'll get to it. I'm telling the story.
All right.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I just know they got a Snoopy there.
Okay.
Yeah. But like fucking but yeah, no, my biggest beef with like large amusement parks like that is they're great for a vacation if you've got kids with you, right?
Sure.
Because there is stuff to do there for the whole family, right? There's like you can go to like Disney, and then the parents can hang out at all the bars and shops and shit, and then and do some fine dining and stuff, while their kids enjoy the obviously, basically rides that are essentially like the vintage car ride. Let's ride through the dark and see Disney characters, like, which is like half of their fucking
yeah. Designed back at a time when seeing an object move on its own was a marvel of modern man.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, well, you could go to Cedar Point and be shot out of a fucking railgun up 400 feet and then spin your way down at 120 miles an hour, or you could and absolutely fucking nut yourself the whole time from adrenaline and endorphins, or you could have a pleasant ride through a cave where Winnie the Pooh says, "Ho, go buy my shit in the shop." Like, which one am I gonna fucking choose? Like, where's the magic? And I get it if you're not a thrill seeker. If you're a pussy, I'm sorry, you are. But if you're a pussy, I get it. Go to Disney. Disney, hang out on the fucking helicopter ride with on the Dumbo ride with all the babies, right? Pussy. But like, for those of us who want to do more than that, there is no excuse to go to Disney. Now, Universal I'll give somewhat of a pass to because at least they have some legitimate thrill rides, right? They have some legitimate thrill rides. You know, I've been on Expedition Everest, and people are like, "It's the best coaster ever." I'm like, "It's mediocre at best," and they mask that mediocrity like they do it with everything else. I'm like, "But it has a switch track." Lots of coasters have switch tracks these days, and most of them don't require you to wait in a line for 7 hours.
Yeah.
You know, and have more intense elements and are actually fun, right? It's like Expedition Everest is great, but it's not worth 7 hours of waiting and a $3,000 vacation plan. So that's my limb on that. So Cedar Point, fucking fantastic place. Roller coaster capital of the world. Please stop that. I do not want to sexualize Cedar Point. We already did that in the previous episode. Let's not do that again.
They still keep some of that branding around, by the way. The gift shop is called the CP shop.
Meat and fuck kingdom, Steve.
Meetin', huh?
Nice. Can't wait to buy CP merch at the CP shop.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah, no, so like Cedar Point, fucking amazing. You know, people who say Ohio is a boring state. Where else in the Midwest can you go? In the Midwest, can you go to a fucking park that is on a beach? Right? You can't. Ohio's great.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone who says Ohio's boring. Quit believing Twitter memes. Anyway, but no, Cedar Point's fantastic. They have something like 16 to 18 roller coasters now. Most of them are absolutely world-class level. They are world-renowned for the coasters and everything, and you know, they have every type from, you know, your basic family wooden coasters to your wild mouses to your extreme vertical drops, they have one of the only 2 strata coasters. It wasn't open this year because it's under a lot of renovation. They're rebuilding it. But Top Thrill Dragster is a reason to go by itself. And there's also Millennium Force, which is known as the Immortal Roller Coaster, because it has such a timeless design, and it's just a pure sensation of flight that cannot be matched.
Millennium Force is so good.
Yeah. And it's just like, and the most you're going to wait, even on a busy Saturday, I think the most we waited was like an hour and 10.
Yeah,
for
like,
anything.
yeah, our waits were not that bad, actually.
No, our waits were like 30 minutes to 45 minutes most of the time, and then we had a couple that were like an hour.
Yeah.
And we also got to step out one of the exits and just step out onto one of the beaches at the point now, you know, for Lake Erie, one of the beaches for Lake Erie.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, it's a beautiful park. It has, they also have really upped their food program recently. Cedar Fair has really latched on to the idea of providing good food. It's expensive. I mean, it's theme park food, but it's good food. You know, you're not paying, you know, $8 for a fucking ballpark hot dog. You're paying $8. You're paying $12 for a fucking, you know, fucking fresh cooked like chicken and seasoned fries. And they even had a barbecue shack there now, where you can get like ribs and collard greens and southern food. Like, it's fantastic.
Dude, we stepped out of Maverick and we were like, oh my god, what is that smell?
Yeah, and it was barbecue. It was like actual smoked barbecue being done at this park. So you can eat like a king while you're there and ride some of the best rides the world has to offer. And you can ride pretty much, well, we weren't able to because stuff started getting closed down the second half of the day because of wind. So the problem with wind is, you know, being a peninsula that sticks out into the lake, you get a lot of lake effect wind.
Yeah.
And the wind can adversely affect the physics of the taller roller coasters, especially. And when the wind gets really high, it can actually cause the roller coasters not to complete, like, you know, the next hill because the backdraft pushes them back too much. And and if a car gets cratered at the bottom of a hill, the only way to move it is to like disassemble the car. Piece by piece. So, not wanting to do that, they just shut the rides down when the wind gets too high. So the first half of the day was great, but the second half of the day, it fucking windy.
It was so windy, dude.
Yeah, it was so windy, so like a lot of the rides ended up getting shut down. We left a little bit earlier than we had initially planned, because pretty much everything had been shut down.
Yeah.
Except some smaller like flat rides. So
yeah, we went on like what was it, like the mine
we
cart
beelined
one?
it. We beelined it immediately to Steel Vengeance to make sure we got on that before the line got ridiculously long. And if you don't know what Steel Vengeance is, look up a POV of that shit. It is considered the greatest roller coaster on Earth.
Steel
right now.
Vengeance is pretty fucking great. I'll admit that.
Yeah, Steel Vengeance is the best roller coaster on Earth. This is not your dad's coaster. This is this is a roller coaster designer on cocaine, the best kind of cocaine.
Funny thing is, like, you were just like, while we were getting on, it's like, you're not ready, Kevin. You're not ready. And then like at the end, I'm just like, that's it.
No, you can't say that's it.
I know. I was
You
joking.
can't say that's it, Steel Vengeance. I won't fucking allow
I
it.
know. No, that was a fucking great
Okay.
roller coaster. I was joking.
No,
when I
it's
said that.
fantastic. The only downside to Steel Vengeance is because it bucks like a Bronco and you have so much aggressive airtime on that ride.
Oh yeah.
They don't allow you to carry anything in your pockets or on your face. No glasses, no phones, no wallets, nothing. It all has to be deposited in a locker 90% of the way through the queue.
Yeah.
The locker is free, which is nice. And then you just go pick it up right after you're done with the ride. But once you're on, it's fucking bliss the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Look up a POV. Seriously, go. There, put a fucking link to the official POV. It's fucking wild. But we beelined it to Steel Vengeance. That wait was like what 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah, about 45.
Or it was
yeah.
a little over an hour. It was a little over an hour.
Right, yeah, because they got there and like they had to let the ride was actually shut down for a second. Like they were trying to make sure that it was like ready to go.
Yeah. It was took a little bit for the line moved fairly fast. We still had to wait in line past the fat pass people.
Yeah.
Which is, it's I don't call it fast pass, it's fat pass. But next time we go to Cedar Point, we're actually considering getting a fast pass.
Yeah, because we saw all those
I know
people getting in
because-
there like relatively easily, and we're just
Yeah,
like,
you'll wait like at most 30 minutes for a
Yeah.
roller coaster there, as opposed to like an hour, which was our average. So
You
you
will
can ride
become the
twice.
very thing you've sworn to destroy.
I know, but for Cedar Point, because it's a longer trip for us, like I think it's just
Yeah.
worth it.
oh yeah. See, with Kings,
It is more expensive. It makes the ticket like $150, but then you can at least ride it.
yeah, with Kings Island, it's like 50 minutes away by car, so it's not that big of a deal. But no, yeah, Cedar Point's a much bigger commitment, so it's probably better if we just spend the extra money on the fast pass system that they have. I still had a really good time there. Also worth noting, Melt probably has the best prices for food at the park because they just use their regular pricing.
Oh yeah. I didn't know they had a melt there.
No, they have a
had that
Melt
when I
there.
went
They
there.
do.
Yeah, they have a. They very much have a there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I did not join you because I'm not a fan of roller coasters, and there's not a ton to do there if you're not a big fan of roller coasters.
That's fair. That's understandable.
There's a little bit more during Halloween Horror Nights, but even then, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Which I think I've only ever been there during Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only other thing that we did at the convention was the following day on Sunday, where we went to the otaku flea market, which the only thing that I personally picked up from the flea market was actually something that Andrew bought for me for $10, which was a portrait of Ramirez from Highlander, which is, they claim it's signed by Sean Connery, but I don't think it actually is, but it's fucking $10. Who fucking cares at that price?
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, one of the things that happened so like me and Mike were like tending his little, sales carpet, I guess. Bit of carpet. We were like situated on the floor in the corner of the room. Mike managed to sell like most of his shit, so that's pretty impressive. But when we partway through, there was like this Raven cosplayer, like Raven from Teen Titans,
Yeah.
There was this
I'm
Raven.
familiar.
Yeah, there was this Raven cosplayer that came by. She was actually at the booth to the right of us, and like, Mike was talking to me about how, how you have to talk to customers and how you have to, get them to wanna, buy your shit. It's like you can't insult the customer. And this lady, she just starts up like, "Oh, you can insult your customers all day long. I do it all the time. I work in retail. I'm like a hairdresser. I work at a hair salon."
What?
Like, she just starts going off like Little Miss, better, I'm so good. Talking a big game. So Mike starts off on this story, which he's told me this story before, so I understand it. Like, you tell from this point, Mike, because like this is all you.
I mean, if I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like this customer came in and was extremely rude to me. He like threw his sandwich on the fucking. He threw his fucking sandwich on the fucking on the desk or whatever, and then he fucking yeah, basically. And then he was like, "Tell me what's wrong with that sandwich." And then he expressed concern.
This is at your Maka's time.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think I've heard this story. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, you probably have.
Yeah. Well, for the viewer's sake.
Yeah, of course.
Because like, this is context.
Right, this is context. But like essentially what happened was he came in, he complained about the sandwich, even though there was nothing sandwich. And he fucking like threw the sandwich at me and said sandwich or whatever. I explained it to him, and then he was like, "Is back there fucking retarded or whatever?" And as soon as that word left my mouth,
Yeah.
like, don't say that word.
She yelled at him.
Well, first of all, I'm not saying it. The customer did, and he was like, "Doesn't matter, don't say it." And I'm like, "How the fuck did you work in retail?"
Yeah, and then she just proceeded to ignore him for the rest of the time that she was there. So, like, the whole thing that gets me there is, okay, even if the problem is that you have an issue with the word itself, how socially maladjusted do you have to be to hear one word and immediately just jump down the throat of whoever said it, even if it's just, like, a word you don't like? Yeah. Like, there are so many better ways that you could have handled that situation that doesn't involve just fucking shouting at people that you don't know, have never met, and don't understand who they are or what they've been through.
Yeah,
so like
socially maladjusted.
Oh god.
Terminally online,
Yeah.
socially maladjusted bitches.
Yeah. God. Like, it was just fucking awkward, just kind of like sitting there waiting for her to leave, and then when she did, we were just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
We joked about it a little bit for the rest of the day.
Oh, naturally.
Yeah. But, like, that's more or less what we did while we were at Colossal Con. Pretty good time, though, overall.
Yeah. Yep. Fun time hanging out with y'all.
Oh, yeah. Had a really good time.
Things I would like to definitely see for next year would be a bit better of how do I say this? I want to see more space for certain areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my biggest beef was that doing things like my biggest beef with them is that doing certain activities required essentially endless line holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not very well organized.
And it probably was absolute madness on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually kind of glad that we didn't go.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a reason I don't on there's a reason I do not go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's definitely a reason I do not go on Saturday there. Like I learned my lesson the first year.
Yeah.
Well, no, I actually learned my lesson accidentally.
Oh, how so?
So like I knew I wanted to go to Cedar Point. My first year going there. And then I came back on Saturday and found that the whole place was just overrun with people. And then I was like, man, it's a good thing we did not go on Saturday because this shit's wild.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like Saturday is only for people who are actually staying at the Kalahari.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going there at any other time of the week or any other time of the week is fine, but like if you're there on Friday, like you guys already saw the nuts that was Friday, how busy it was.
Yeah.
And then knowing that Saturday is the busiest day of the convention for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just unbelievable.
Understandable.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the reminiscing. That's the trip. That's the tease, sis.
Oh yeah.
That's the hot steaming tamale.
Yep. Only other thing I can think of that we've done recently is like the three of us just watched. Well, Mike watched the Summer Games Fest kickoff with us, and then
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's video game season.
yeah, it is video game season. It's time for games.
That's true. We watched Summer Games Fest. It was okay. Then we watched the Day of the Devs. It was okay. Then we watched the Devolver Digital Showcase. It was okay.
The Devolver Digital Showcase was probably the best one, but that's just because they have really funny.
That's just because Volby.
Yeah, they have Devolver just does really funny packaging for their events.
Yeah, even when they don't have much to actually announce, it's always fun.
Yeah, one of the things that they announced is basically just QWOP, but it's a walking simulator.
Every now and again, that guy just makes QWOP again.
It's just like, welcome back, Bennett Foddy. Good to see nothing's fucking changed.
How... I can't tell if that man is extremely unambitious or extremely ambitious.
Ambitious in some regards, very complacent in others. He knows what he is, and he
just keeps remaking the same game with better graphics.
Kind of, yeah. I think the most unique one he's done is Getting Over It, but even then, that's kind of just like a different version of QWOP anyway. So,
yeah. Well, this is just QWOP in 3D with graphics.
Yeah,
so
it's a QWOPing simulator.
It's a QWOP-like.
It's a QWOP-like. Yep.
Yeah. And then fucking tomorrow is the Xbox Showcase, the Starfield Direct, and the PC Gamer Show.
Funniest thing. A fucking remake of Persona 3 was supposed to be announced tomorrow at the Xbox Showcase, but...
What are you talking about, Kevin? They haven't announced such a thing. What? This is... No.
The funny thing, I only bring it up because it got leaked early on Instagram and a couple of other of Atlus's social media platforms completely by accident. But of course, the internet jumped on that shit as fast as possible, so it's just everywhere now. People just know.
Yeah, it's gonna be really awkward tomorrow when we have to act surprised.
Yeah. The funny thing is, just today, Atlus put up a job offer for both Associate Influencer Manager and Associate Brand Manager. Whoever did that got fired.
Which is fucking hilarious. Yep, there you go.
I was literally saying yesterday, this is literally a fireable offense. Whoever did this is getting fired. Lo and fucking behold. But no, yeah, we got that and fucking Persona 5 Tactics, or Tactica as they're calling it.
No, I think it was just the Spanish version that got thrown up.
Yeah, but no, it had an ESRB notice and English Game Pass audio.
No, I think the person who tweeted that was, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a Spanish person tweeting the English trailer from tomorrow's Microsoft showcase.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's gonna happen tomorrow. Apparently, that's gonna be fun.
Everybody act surprised.
Oh, Persona!
Oh my god! Atlas announces the biggest fucking waste of time and money. I can't wait.
Well, the funniest thing is, it's just a remake of base Persona 3. It doesn't have any Fest content in it. It doesn't have any P3P content in it.
Literally everyone in the server is like, man, I wish there was like a definitive version of Persona 3 that combined all the versions content into one. They're like, remake! Okay, we'll do that. And then they're doing it, and then they're not addressing the part that people actually wanted.
Yeah,
which
so
is
like
the most
this is
Atlas move ever. I love this company.
you know what they're gonna do. They're going to make a remake Fest later.
I love Atlas. They're my favorite autistic company.
2.5 years later, fucking Persona 5 remake Fest or whatever, Reload, whatever the hell. Persona 3, anyway. Who fucking cares?
Reload.
Yeah.
Reload again. Persona 3. I need another fucking clip. Persona 3. Switch to your sidearm. It's faster than reloading.
Persona 3, switch to your sidearm. I
try.
Oh yeah, before the convention, Mike took me to the fucking gun range.
Oh yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
Yeah. It was fun. It was good.
Happy to say, although also kind of sad to say, you are a better shot than Cubit.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
You're a big guy. Big guy.
I just have experience, like, shooting with other things previously, so it just kind of, like, transferred over. So that's...
Cut in footage of him using the NES Zapper.
BB and Airsoft, actually. BB and Airsoft.
Sure.
But no, yeah, a lot of that transferred over. I just had to adjust for, you know, the recoil. That's about it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, had a good time. Had a good time. Your fucking rifle hurts my shoulder.
Oh, the Car 98? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's a fucking World War I gun, dude. What's comfort? Just keep shooting rounds until you kill all the bad guys or you die.
I will say though, the fucking lever action on it is really fun.
It's not a lever action, it's a bolt action.
Bolt action, yeah, just...
Yeah, no, the bolt action is very fun and very satisfying. Basically, my favorite range guns are the ones that fire really small rounds, but are made of all steel and make the most satisfying fucking clacking sounds when they operate.
Oh yeah.
Like, which is why I love my Ruger Mark I, because it's like it's solid steel and it makes just like, you know, like all of the really satisfying fucking sounds, but it shoots a 22, so it's a piddly little piece of shit, but God, it's satisfying to operate. It's like driving a Dodge Shadow. I have no horsepower, but there's a manual, so I'm a lot of fun to work with.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you know, it's just not like, that's why I love the Ruger 22. Even though it's a pain in the ass to pull apart and assemble and reassemble. And you know, it's fucking endearing. I love this little piece.
Oh yeah, the Ruger's just fun. It's just fun to use.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God, dude, when we walked in there was this one dude to the right of us who just had this monstrous fucking gun. What was that?
That was just an AR-15, dude.
Ah, dude.
I think his might have been chambered in 308 or like something bigger.
Yeah, because it was like fucking shaking the ground every time he fired that damn thing.
Wasn't that bad. I'm guessing it was a 308 gun.
Yeah.
Of some kind, like an AR-15 platform that was rechambered in 308 or something. And that was essentially like what he was operating.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, congratulations, everyone. You've made it to the end of the segment.
Yeah.
Take a seat, take a sip of water. You're halfway there.
You're halfway there. We're getting into the Reddit dive now.
Yep. Well, we'll get into the Reddit dive after the break.
Oh, before we do that, one more thing. I didn't tell the end of that story. So the only thing I had to say after that was the guy looked at me, right?
Yeah.
And he said, what's the fucking like? Are the people who work for you fucking retarded? And I looked at him and I said, I don't know. Would you like a job? You'd fit right in.
Nice.
And then I threw his burger back at him and I said, get out of my restaurant. I'm not fixing this for you.
Yeah.
Turn up. This guy is crazy as fuck. He's got to be on Molly or some powder or something.
Right. Anyway, I just want to make sure the story was closed because I don't think I actually told the end of it. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now everyone has context and self-satisfaction and a party cheese salad.
Party cheese salad.
So we'll see you on the next segment of the Baka Gaijin show. Welcome back, everyone.
God damn it.
Fucking god, son of a bitch! Stop! Why? Why?
Well, it's time for the Reddit dive, everyone. Fuck. Okay, I had one loaded, but it can't. It couldn't be loaded. Fuck. Let me see.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're gonna start off Reddit dive. We're gonna start off with one that was so bad it was removed.
Ah, lovely. Beautiful.
But someone managed to save it. Am I the asshole for accusing a cast member of ruining my perfect Disney day?
Oh, for God's sake. Disney adult! Disney adult!
I'm gonna make the rule. We need a Disney adult and wedding count. Fucking one.
You're right. Kevin doesn't do enough work.
No! Stop!
That was a legitimate cry of pain. Good lord.
I didn't realize editing this show was such a fucking bother for you. Anyway. So, let me preface this by saying that I'm a massive Disney fanatic.
Yep. In the trash. You're the asshole. Fuck
Disney
you.
World
Get fucked.
more times than I can count. I know every ride by heart, and even have a tattoo of the castle on my arm. My wife and kids are less enthused, but they usually indulge me once a year for our
they're not
trip.
psychotic. That's what you're. No. They're less enthused. They're not psychotic.
Oh my god.
They don't seem as committed to the cult as I am, but
Oh,
you
he
know,
admits
one day-
it!
For the what?
No, that's me making a joke.
Okay.
No. He continues. This or she, I don't know. Maybe it's a lesbian. I don't know. This year, our vacation was going smoothly until the incident with a certain cast member. That's Disney speak for employees. Thanks, I know.
Ugh.
We were at Epcot, about to enjoy the Frozen Ever After ride. Why is there a Frozen ride at Epcot? Kevin, why is there a Frozen ride at Epcot?
I don't know. Why is there a random fucking Pretty Cure themed piece of toilet paper at Epcot? I don't know.
I don't think there is.
There is. It's a real thing. I'm putting in a picture right now.
Fine. Wow, that's a great picture I'm totally looking at right now.
I'll put it in context.
Fine. Now, I must tell you, I have an Elsa impersonator that I absolutely adore.
Oh no.
Oh god, he's got a favorite Elsa impersonator.
No!
She nails the character with impeccable perfection, and she has been there every year we visited.
Okay,
However, this year, I noticed that Elsa was played by a different person, and it absolutely rubbed me the wrong way. I went up to her after the ride in front of my wife and children and flat out asked her, what happened to the other Elsa? This Elsa just smiled and said that the previous woman had moved on to pursue other opportunities, but she'd do her best to make our experience magical. But it wasn't magical! Not for me! She was doing everything wrong! Her voice wasn't right, her gestures were too exaggerated, she even had the nerve to wear the wrong shade of blue! I decided to lodge a complaint at the guest services about this imposter Elsa. My wife told me to drop it, but I couldn't let it go. No pun intended. You intended that pun, fuck off! That was absolutely pun intended. Anyway, I was very adamant about the standards of Disney World and was not going to let this stand. I waited in line for an hour, missing Spaceship Earth ride my kids wanted to go on to talk to the manager. I made it clear that the new Elsa wasn't up to par, and they were risking losing a loyal customer like me. My wife was livid. The kids were upset because we had to skip the ride they wanted, and the rest of the day had a sour note to it. She told me I was being an entitled ass and ruining the trip for everyone. So, am I the asshole? In my view, I was just standing up for the Disney experience I love and cherish. Is it really too much to ask for the characters to be perfect when you're paying so much for the trip?
Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh my god!
I'm gonna be entirely honest. Sometimes I pick these just because I think they'd be fun to read out loud. I know the answer. I read the title and already prejudged this person.
Oh yeah.
But I just thought it would be fun to read it. But anyway, I think that's deserving of a Leon moment.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
I am halfway willing to bet that a divorce is in his future.
Yeah, fucking... I like how the cognitive dissonance is so strong. He comes so close to admitting that he literally ruined his children's day.
Yeah, in
just
front
to complain.
of your wife and kids.
But the fucking dots just don't connect. Oh, that is Precure toilet. Why is there Precure branded toilet paper?
I don't know.
Never mind that this is supposedly at Epcot. Why the hell is there Precure branded toilet paper?
I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah. Anyway, Kevin, this one.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on. I'm still in shock that this person has like.
Yeah, how did they breed?
I don't
They
know.
must have found another fucking Disney adult.
I didn't think he'd get that far.
I guess. I think if she was a real Disney adult, she would be right there with him, complaining about this imposter Elsa. I love how melodramatic he is, but it wasn't magical.
It wasn't the same. Her movements were all wrong, and she had the gall to wear the wrong shade of blue. Fuck. Fuck, dude.
Anyway.
I can't. Okay, I'm reading this one. Am I the asshole for throwing away my mom's sandwiches?
Depends. What's the turkey?
My mom always packs a snack whenever she travels, usually a ham and cheese sandwich. No turkey.
Good.
Okay. I was driving her to the airport this morning, and on the ride down it came up that she hadn't had time to go to the deli and had packed herself a tuna salad sandwich instead. I asked if it was to eat in the airport. Nope, she's saving it in case she gets peckish midair. I tried to tell her that tuna isn't something you should really be eating in close quarters with recycled air, that the smell would probably bother other people. She was adamant that there was nothing wrong with it. There's literally nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, you're not microwaving it.
Yeah.
It's already made.
I told her that if I was on that plane, it would bother me. She didn't budge. So while she was unloading her luggage from the truck, I stuck the sandwich out of her carry-on and tossed it in the garbage. She didn't notice until she got through security, and then I got a pissed-off text. I told her to get something in the airport, and I'll pay her back, but tuna really isn't a plane-friendly snack. Am I the asshole? The fuck do you think?
Yeah. Yes.
I
Good
threw away something because it made me upset. Am I the asshole?
It might have bothered someone else eventually.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, dude? What the hell? Oh my god.
Look, when you get on a plane, you're kind of agreeing to whatever happens on the plane.
Yeah, god damn.
And let me tell you, vaguely smelling tuna is the least of the worst things that could happen on a plane.
On the list of things I would rather not smell on a plane, tuna isn't on the list. I'm sorry.
Tuna is not even in my top 100 worst smells.
Yeah. I actually like the smell of tuna.
Spoken like
Well,
a
we've
true,
We've learned a lot about Kevin today.
But like, top comment. You threw your mother's food away because you were more concerned about strangers' feelings and comfort? No happiness for you today, Mom. I have to protect all these people who I do not know and will never see. She's an adult. She can make her... Seriously, what the fuck, dude? She's an adult. She can make her own decisions. She wouldn't be the first and won't be the last to eat something smelly on a plane. They don't throw people off of planes for eating. You did nothing but needlessly upset your mother. You're not the hero in this story. I would have bought another tuna sandwich at the airport with your money and sent you a picture of me eating it on the plane. You cannot control other people. It's not kind. You're the asshole.
Yeah. They won't throw you off the plane for eating. They will throw you off if you have a slightly non-standard regulation shampoo bottle size, though.
Yeah.
That's death penalty right there.
Banned forever.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Marvelous. Excellent.
Well, then why don't you read On My Fist?
Bruh. All right, here we go. All right, am I the asshole for locking my wife out of the house? Sorry, Kiwawa. Our house has an attached garage and a door between the garage and the house.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining you're in your room and you just hear, knock, 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 you little shit! Knock, 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 open up!
Yeah.
Right. Continue.
Reminds me of the fucking, reminds me of the arc in Calvin and Hobbes where he locks the babysitter out of the house.
Yeah!
That's a fun stretch.
Oh, that's classic.
All right. Our house has an attached garage and a door between the garage and the house. I have a habit of locking the house doors, this door, even if the garage door is closed, front door, and back door. My wife regularly comes home late, like after 8 p.m. late. She drives into the garage and comes through that door. Here's the weird part. Excuse me.
That is weird.
A house key. I know, it's so bizarre. She refuses to carry a house key with her. I mean, any house key. Not the garage door, not the front door, not the back door. She also won't put one in her car. Her reason is that she doesn't use the front door, so she doesn't need a house key. I often take the kids out for a walk / scooter ride / bike ride through the garage after dinner. Or take the trash out. Since I'm not thinking, I lock the door behind us when I come back in. So when she parks in the garage, she ends up locked out of the house. Then she comes home and has to text me to unlock the door and is mad at me. Am I the asshole?
I mean, there's a solution right there, and she's deliberately choosing not to take it.
Yeah, that's my
thing. I like the first comment. Not the asshole. Safety for the kids is more important than her not carry a key.
Yeah.
Well, where am I going to fit this key in my massive purse?
Right. If only there were like a ring of keys that I have
so heavy
in order to operate a motor vehicle that I could just simply attach another small quarter-ounce key to. That would cause me no extra discomfort. But no, I want my husband to be subservient to me and my kids.
Kevin, Severin, you're asking a lot of the average white woman. I need you to understand this.
Look, man, I get it.
No, I get it. I don't. You're the asshole. I mean, you're not. This guy's not the. She's the asshole.
This guy's not the asshole. Yeah, no. This guy's actually being completely fucking reasonable.
This is fair, based, and reasonable pilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, next one. Am I the asshole for eating a prepped meal in my car before going into a restaurant with my girlfriend because of my strict diet? Crossing my fingers like vegan. I know. Let's find out. Hi, everyone. Hello. I'm in a... Okay, that's QB. Hi, everyone. I'm in a bit of a difficult situation and need some unbiased opinions. Unfortunately, all we can offer you is extremely biased opinions, but hopefully that balances out. Over the last couple of years, I have lost nearly 80 pounds through extreme dedication to dieting and exercise. Good for you. With it's been a life-changing journey for me. The journey started when my doctors warned me about my poor cardiovascular health because of my unhealthy eating habits and lifestyle. With 30 right around the corner, I couldn't keep being the man I was before. It was a significant wake-up call. I tried immediately just focusing on going hard in the gym. But I tried lifting weights without eating properly and pretty much fried my CNS during deadlifts, causing me to pass out at the gym. It scared the hell out of me. Since then, I have taken my health incredibly seriously. I prep all my meals, and they're calculated to meet my nutritional needs for the day and keep a caloric deficit to have me on track for losing weight. I've avoided eating out at all costs, as it feels like a slippery slope back into my old habits. For me, restaurants are like relapsing on a drug. One bite of a cheesesteak egg roll. A cheesesteak egg roll?
Huh?
Where do they sell?
Sounds
Where do
abysmal.
they sell those?
That might be the most American thing I have heard in a while.
One bite of a cheesesteak egg roll, and I'm buying Oreos on the way home and falling off the wagon. My girlfriend has been supportive of my health journey, but hasn't joined me. She still cooks and eats as she did before, which is a lot of food covered in fats and sugars with lots of calories. I'm appreciative of her cooking, but I can't eat the meals she makes most of the time. It's been a bit of a strain in our relationship, but we've managed. So boom. The conflict arose on our anniversary last month. She wanted to go out to a fancy restaurant to celebrate, and I wanted to make the night special as well, and I agreed to go. I even made sure I had calories left over to have drinks with dinner. However, I didn't want to break my diet and decided to bring a prepped meal to eat in the car before we went in. She discovered what I was doing and got really upset. She called me an asshole for not putting aside my diet for one night, saying I cared more about my food intake than about our special day. She said that I was being selfish and that I should have been more considerate of her feelings since it's our anniversary. I feel conflicted. On one hand, I understand where she's coming from, and I didn't mean to upset her. On the other hand, I've worked really hard to improve my health, and I'm scared of falling back into old habits. Am I the asshole for sticking to my diet even on our anniversary? Edit, I am 5'4" and 297 pounds currently.
Okay.
That's pretty heavy for 5'4".
It is, yeah. Yeah. So, like, I understand his concerns, but he's being wildly obsessive over it.
No, so as a person who's been on a diet before,
is he though? Because I feel like if we were change what he's talking about to alcoholism for a second.
Okay, that is a good point. Okay, fair enough.
I was gonna say, like, as a person who's been on a diet and who is currently on a diet, the second you start to slip and fall back into old habits, it is very difficult to stay on track. You will say, your brain will start feeding you bullshit logic, like, oh, you did it once and it didn't hurt you, do it again, and then you do it again, and then do it again, and then you're back into the habit of eating nasty, filthy carbs that make you fat.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So, like, I kind of agree with him. It's like, it's like, I understand where she wants to come from. She wants to have, certain things occur for their special day, but at the same time, like, their special day doesn't happen if he dies from obesity.
Yeah, and like that brings me to my next point, which is
she should be supportive of his decisions,
yeah,
not requiring that he break his longtime commitment to his own health and
now
to the longevity of their marriage.
Now, to be fair, I want to read top comment because Reddit thinks he's the asshole.
Really?
So I want to read this differing perspective just so we can discuss that. Top comment, sorry, but you're the asshole. That is your responsibility to address. You have an extremely unhealthy relationship with food that you need to work on, probably with a professional. I get that this started for the right reasons, but you have wildly overcorrected, and it seems like you're pretty firmly in eating disorder territory now. Your SO has been supportive and literally wanted one dinner out with you for your anniversary. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you can't do this for her. It's bare minimum stuff. Your mental health is important. Take care of it. And I hope you do, because what you're describing isn't sustainable or normal, and it won't end well.
I disagree 100%. I disagree 100%. Like, he's actively trying to make a difference, and I don't think, like, saying absolutely no. Like, I feel like top comment hasn't been on a diet.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you made the argument, because that's the point in his post where he made an edit addressing that exact argument.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you haven't been on a diet, and you don't understand how easy it is to slip back into bad habits.
Yeah. But he foresaw your argument. He knew someone was going to read this out loud on a podcast, and so he left an edit. The top commenter did. Edit, please stop flooding this post with your ignorant straw man arguments that this is equivalent for asking an alcoholic or drug addict to indulge in their vice. It is simply not comparable. You're not blowing anyone's mind. You're not coming across as some intelligent maverick. Food is necessary to live. Food is not good or evil. For alcoholics and drug addicts, the only true solution to healing is abstinence, but that's not the case with food. You need to eat. An OP's obsession with control over his diet is not sustainable. It's not normal or okay to not be able to eat at a restaurant for one singular meal. Kudos to him for making the change, but he's gone too far when it has affected his life to this degree. He needs legitimate help if he can't relinquish control of his food intake enough to enjoy a single meal for a special occasion at a restaurant, which can be healthy, without fear of spiraling into binge eating hole where he loses all sense of self and eats himself into oblivion. He promised his significant other a date night at a restaurant, and he shocked her with a brown bag meal in front of a restaurant so he could watch her eat and drink a cocktail. That's not okay behavior with a partner, which is why it's a YTA. If he can't handle this much, he should be single. Stop with the ridiculous comparisons to her asking him to drink as an alcoholic. You're wildly off base. It's embarrassing. Believe it or not, an eating disorder is harmful even when you're overweight. Nobody thinks you're some shredded Greek god for thinking otherwise.
Like, commenter's a fucking dickwad.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's a little aggressive here.
Oh my god.
No, he's also just fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Like food habits can be harmful.
I understand. I think that's what he's saying, though, is that he's rebounded the other direction into developing an eating disorder. Which I think there's some merit to that argument. Whether you want to agree in this specific case, I think there's definitely merit to that argument that people do rebound in the other direction and have an unhealthy relationship with food from the other end.
I still disagree. Like, I still 100% disagree. Like, I've tried to work on diet. I've like, maybe he has, but like, it's not like he's not eating. He's just not eating for one meal because the food at the meal, would, like, is it the content of what was being served at the restaurant that was the issue, or was it the amount?
It's, let me look. He doesn't say. He just doesn't want to eat at a restaurant, just period.
Right.
I mean, I can see some of the merit, but I think the comment at assuming a lot of things about his circumstances.
Sure.
Like, and not giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Regardless, I think with this one, I'm gonna go no assholes here. It's a complicated situation.
Yeah,
and I think both parties have reasons to feel invalidated. But I think the one point I will agree with Top Comment on is that I think he definitely needs some professional guidance in this regard.
Yeah.
Because this one incident might not be a big deal, but I don't think in the long run it's sustainable to do that. I think he is maybe not there yet, but I think he might be on the path to having an unhealthy relationship with food from the other end.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing about forming these new habits is that you have to form them. You have to kind of aggressively form them, and then you can kind of ease off them. So if he's still in the stage of, like, that aggressive formation of doing the exact opposite of what you did before.
To be fair, he does open with over the last couple of years, so I mean, how long does that phase have to last before you can?
Well, but we also don't know if he's ever slipped up before.
True.
You know, it may not. It's not a linear, like.
I think in either case, professional help would be a better option.
Yeah, get a dietitian or something. Sure.
Yeah.
Get a dietitian, but like the statement, like, I'm gonna say like the only asshole here is frankly speaking the fucking commenter. Because you equated somebody struggling with obesity and an eating and poor dietary habits and trying to fix those.
To be fair, I just want to point out
to be single and a worthless partner, and I'm like, no.
To be fair, this thread got over 4,000 comments. His inbox was probably flooding with people making the exact argument you were making, and maybe not as nice as you made it. So I can imagine he might have just been annoyed by that. But even so, yeah. Anyway, my verdict here is no assholes here.
Yeah, I can agree there.
That's my verdict entirely, is just no assholes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's just a vacant, fleshy pad where an asshole should be. Like that one fucking TXT about the remember that TXT I did with Hifumi where it's like my fetish is the blank space of flesh where the human ear would be on a cat girl.
Yeah.
Or however it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me look here for another one. Kevin, make some random noises while I look for another one. Those are good random
Not make
noises.
random noises. I will hurt you.
Damn, we've got some goddamn conflict up in this chat.
It happens.
Yeah. Anyway, Kevin, I gotta go to this one. This is yes.
Okay.
Here you go.
Another Raita. Am I the asshole for not paying my teenage pet sitter after how I found my cat?
Oh.
So I, 39M, live with my wife across the street from a family. Dan and Gina and their 3 kids, the oldest of which is a 14-year-old boy named Max.
Of streaming service fame?
No, of Netflix fame. Which is also a streaming service.
That is now older than 14 years old. I hate to tell you that.
Damn it! I recently took a week-long vacation and made a deal with Max, communication with his parents, that if he came over to my house once a day while I was gone, that if he came over to my house once a day while I was gone to take care of my cat, I would pay him $50. He had 3 main tasks: refill her water dish and automatic feed her, brush her, and clean her litter box every other day.
Brush a cat? Okay.
She's probably got a lot of, like, shedding problems, so it's just to make sure that...
Right, it might be one of those, like, ratty-ass cats with, like, long hair. Okay.
When
I've only ever had, like, barn cats, so I'm like, that confuses me.
When I came back, I found my poor kitty noticeably skinnier, with knots in her fur, and a litter box with a week's worth of urine and feces in it. I took the next hour to give my kitty some TLC and make up for Max's incompetence. The next day, Gina and Max rang my doorbell, and Gina made polite conversation before asking about the money. I told her about how badly Max had taken care of my cat, and Gina apologized. She then said that due to his actions, she said that she would be fine to pay him only $20. I told her that no, I would not be paying him anything at all, because it's clear that he never came over. Gina argued that I couldn't know that, true, I don't have cameras, and that he's just a kid, and he did sacrifice his free time with the expectation that he'd get paid. That I should give him at least $10 as a learning experience. I refused and shut... I refused. Okay, the learning experience is not giving him any fucking money.
He's 14, he's not a kid.
Yeah, I refused and shut the door on them. Now, I respect workers and their time, and I understand that when you hire someone, you pay for their time and their skill. In my opinion, Max didn't give his skill, and I have a strong suspicion that he didn't give his time either. However, I realize I could be in the wrong, and I don't want to make trouble between my wife and Gina as they're good friends. Am I the asshole? No. No. God, no, you're not the asshole. Your cat was neglected. After you specifically told this person to look after the cat.
He clearly did not do it. His parents are fucking helicopter parents.
Yep.
This is a perfectly reasonable set of expectations for a 14-year-old that he did not fulfill. He gets no money.
Yep. Top comment thread.
You lose, sir.
Top comment.
You get nothing.
Top comment thread. Not the asshole, and I'm pretty sure Gina knows he didn't do the work. Considering how quickly she dropped how much to pay the kids, she for sure knows. Also, she gave Max $50 herself so he wouldn't be disappointed. She absolutely did this. Yeah. No. That kid had... He signed up for a responsibility that he did not take.
No. Kevin, let's stop calling him a kid. That's
right,
the excuse his mom is using.
I know.
That strapping young man did not do...
Okay. Sorry. Let me correct. This motherfucker... This motherfucker signed up for a responsibility that he did not fulfill. That's his problem, not yours.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Super not the asshole.
Yeah. Glad we got that squared.
Okay, we're good. Glad we're clear.
Yeah. All right, Ceridan. Here's one.
Do I have to?
You don't have to, I guess.
But
Oh, thank God. I've done 2 in a row without a wedding one. That's great. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for not wanting to share my friends/roommates to use my laptop?
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid wedding ones unless they look particularly spicy.
Okay, the juicy, because like the thing is
us. Shut up!
Okay.
6 of us, me, boyfriend, 4 other friends, are renting out a unit together so we can become closer to all the good summer jobs in a touristy town. The property has a TV that isn't a smart TV and only works if something is connected to the HDMI cable. We've been using my laptop to watch movies, YouTube shows together this way all week. I just started training at my summer job, and they are demanding to know my laptop password so they can watch movies while I'm at work. But then they'll find all of but if they do that, they'll probably find all of my Cedar Point pictures.
Nice.
Anyway, no, that's not actually part of it. I've tried to explain that I have very personal things on my laptop. Yeah, my trip photos from Cedar Point. Anyway,
All my Wreck-It Ralph fan fiction is on that laptop.
Right. My fucking laser pig sexual fan fiction is on there. Anyway, laser pig is a YouTuber. Look, I have tried to explain that I have a very personal things on my Discord and Messenger auto start and have notifications, and I'm logged into all my accounts in the browser. They're extremely offended by this and say that I don't trust them and think they will snoop or go through my stuff or read my messages.
They're right.
I don't think I would intentionally snoop. I don't think they would intentionally snoop. I just don't want them to accidentally see anything personal without me in the room. Now everyone is mad at me because they can't use the TV if I'm at work. I've told them to just get a Chromecast or something, and they're acting like now they have to buy it because I'm an asshole and don't trust them. I'm the asshole. Edit. I couldn't decide between not wanting to share my laptop with and not wanting them to use my laptop and mess up the title. My bad. Okay. No, you're not the asshole.
No,
No.
totally reasonable.
No.
You have a fucking right to your privacy. It's your laptop. If they want to use the TV, they should stop being fucking loafers and go buy a fucking.
Are you telling me between the fucking 6 of you can't afford a Roku?
Yeah. I was about to say there's this magical device
or a
on
Roku
top of
TV or a smart TV. Like they're not expensive, guys.
Yeah.
They're like $400. Everybody pitches in 75, and you get you solve this fucking problem. How destitute are you?
Quite literally. I'm literally like, there's this magical little
You
thing.
might be super destitute. I don't know, but you don't get to blame your lack of
Hold
fun.
on, I'm looking it up right now. You can get a basic 4K Roku device for $30 on Amazon.
Yeah, like
That is fucking $5 per person.
And
it's a good investment.
Yeah, and that shit's backwards compatible with like regular 1080p TVs. So who the fuck?
Yeah, you can get an older one. Like, yeah, these are not super expensive.
Yeah, I literally have one over here that I got on sale for like $20, like 3 years ago or something. Like,
no, not the asshole.
Fine.
Your roommates suck. Your roommates suck, and I would rethink this arrangement because I guarantee you this is the first of many problems.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my god. Yeesh.
Yeah. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't.
Let's see here.
Oh,
I know
good God.
I know I said
Oh, good lord.
What?
Yeah?
Nothing. I'm just sharing something in my private.
Oh, okay.
I see. Let's see here. Not that one. Not that one either. Not that one. Not that one either. Alright. This one has an interesting title.
Okay.
It's a large Tifu, supposedly. Today I fucked up by thinking a terrorist organization was trying to extort me for watching porn. So, as is tradition with Tifu, this happened a fair few years ago when I was about 14, 15. Now, back then I was a very average teenager. I played a lot of Xbox, played a lot of football, hung out with friends. I also masturbated. A lot.
A lot. Good for you.
Yep. Now, when I say a lot, I mean as much as humanly possible. Anytime my little dude would stand to attention, I would get off. In fact, one time, I even neglected a cat for a whole week to jack off. No,
What?
I'm kidding, not the same guy. Would be funny if it was the same guy, though. Imagine my delight one evening when my whole family, Mum, British alert! Mum, Dad, and 2 older sisters are out all at the same time. Yes! I was home alone and overjoyed at the prospect of wanking myself into oblivion. Yes, I was a horny little turd, like most prepubescent guys. But as this was the early 2000s, I didn't really have a decent smartphone back then to fulfill my needs. What we did have was one of those huge old desktop PCs that stood pride of place in our living room. It was typical off-white color, huge, clunky, sounded like it might take off at any moment.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, it must have been almost as old as me. It ran Windows XP, and I don't think it ever updated in the time I used it. Now, to set the scene. As I said, my whole family had gone out. My sisters were out doing separate things with their friends, and my parents were at some charity dinner thing. It was just me, all alone with the house to myself for a couple of hours. So naturally, I did the usual. Played loud music, recreated the scene from Risky Business, ordered food, played Halo on Xbox. Finally came the time that I began to really enjoy myself. I pulled up the usual go-to websites, Pornhub, Xvideos, etc., etc. But tonight, something wasn't right. Nothing was really doing it for me. So I traveled through video after video, image after image, but in vain until I clicked a link that took me to an unknown exterior site. I finally found an appropriate/inappropriate video, and as I clicked on it, clicked around, tried to get the video playing, something popped up, no pun intended. The pop-up ad wasn't your normal porn ad with someone who's 3 miles away who needs fucking. This was different. There were no hot MILFs in my area. I added that. He's not that clever.
Okay.
When the ad loaded, by the way, he keeps spelling ad with 2 D's, which makes me think he's talking about a WoW raid encounter, not like a website. But anyway, when the ad had loaded, I shit myself, figuratively. The pop-up had an image of a typical Islamic terrorist on it, on the main banner, and a stern warning that says something along the lines of, "We have been filming what you've been doing. We will release the footage unless you pay us X amount of money." Now, you're probably thinking, why didn't you just close it down and go back to business? These tricky little scamming bastards made it harder than that. Again, no pun intended. It didn't have a normal close button like all the other web pages. It was stuck on my screen. I frantically tried everything I could to get it off, to no avail. Then I had a brainwave. If I power down the PC, then boot it back up, it might go away. I proceeded to turn off the PC, unplug it, and turn it back on. It took a while to boot up. Felt like a lifetime because my dignity was on the line. I couldn't let my parents find out I was watching porn, let alone that I was being extorted by terrorists for it. It finally booted back up, and it all seemed normal until I went to my browser. As soon as I double-clicked, bam, there it was again, staring at me, judging me. I knew I was fucked. I was either going to be exposed online masturbating my little heart out, or my parents were going to find out that I was masturbating my heart out. After some time thinking, I collected myself and decided to power it down and come clean to my parents. It was better than people seeing me jerk off, for sure. I waited for what seemed like hours for my parents to get back. As soon as I heard them arrive, I broke down crying and apologized to them over what I had done. I explained everything. It all came out. The porn, the terrorists, the ransom, the virus-ridden PC. Thankfully, they were pretty chill about it. They booted the PC back up, which seemed to take even longer than before. My heart was pounding as I waited for them to see the full range of my shame. Finally, the familiar green hills and blue sky background filled the screen. Dad opened the browser, double-clicked, and as I held my breath, Google popped up. No terrorists! No extortion! No porn! Just normal Google homepage! My parents both looked at me and burst out laughing. I stood there not knowing what the hell to do. I'd come clean about everything, and nothing was there to back me up. I felt so dumb, but also relieved I wasn't going to be extorted by terrorists. After this, I actually got a decent smartphone and learned about the wonders of mobile internet, so my habits became a lot more frequent, however, in the safety of my room and not on the family PC. TLDR, parents out, watching porn, terrorist pop-up virus, tried to extort me, parents came home, came clean, died of embarrassment.
Oh...
Not large. Fuck off.
That's like
That's medium at best.
Medium at best. I would classify it pretty small, actually.
Yeah, that's like, well, dude,
like your dick.
Now maybe, it might be large if you actually got extorted by terrorists.
Yeah.
But come on. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You lose. You get nothing. Kevin, this one's a doozy.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm going to give you the honor of reading it.
Oh, thank you, good sir. Thank you so much. Am I the asshole for throwing my son's Switch in the trash? Yep, fuck you. Nope, get fucked. Okay. No, okay. My daughter May is 13 and has been having the worst mood swings with her periods. Oh, dear God, no. She's also had really bad cramping and other issues. She got snippy with my son Mick, 9, over being loud while playing Fortnite. Mick decided that... I'm just going to call him Mick. Mick decided that his revenge was to throw away my daughter's feminine hygiene products, all of the thrash. Type right. She went to switch out her pad, and Mick threw everything away. I had to make an emergency run to get more pads for my daughter, who's already feeling shitty. I hear Mick playing Fortnite on his Switch and laughing with his friends about what he did. I grabbed his Switch, and I threw it in the trash. I threw it on the ground.
Yeah.
He starts crying, and my husband is like, really? And my husband is like, really? And took it out of the garbage and told my son he's grounded from the Switch until we decide to give it back. My husband locked it up in a safe in our bedroom and swears he won't give it back, but throwing it away was over the top. I don't think Mick should get it back, and it should be given away to someone else. And my husband thinks I'm overreacting, but what our son did was cruel, and he should be punished for it, and a loss of his Switch is punishment.
He's 9.
He's 9. He is a 9-year-old kid. He doesn't understand this shit. Have you explained to him what all entails this, what she's going through?
I really like top comment. Your son threw away your daughter's belongings in the trash when he was angry, and you show him that was wrong by doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? It's literally just, oh my god. Such fucking bad parenting, man.
You have adulted incorrectly.
Dude.
You have adulted like a goddamn buffoon.
Look, you're not going to teach your son that throwing people's things away is wrong by throwing his things away. That's not how that works.
Have fucking licenses for fucking... Can we please?
That's what I've been saying.
Can we?
If there's one fucking lesson the Reddit dive has taught me over... Jesus Christ, what have we been doing this for? 80 episodes now?
So many episodes.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's that there should be a fucking license exam for being a parent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because people like this shouldn't be procreating.
Hold on. I gotta load the soundboard for this bit.
Okay.
I was really far from it. But see, that's a slippery slope to eugenics.
Shut up, bitch!
Okay. You gotta get that out of my system. You're the asshole.
Honestly, I'm looking at this kid, fucking throwing his sister's feminine hygiene products away and then laughing about it on Fortnite. And I'm just thinking to myself...
Oh, it's so unequivalent, too. Oh, he threw away $4 of hygiene products. Let me throw away his $300 Switch.
Right. Jesus Christ. It's fucking...
Right.
It's so... Jeez. It's not equal. It's not.
I don't even think this is like a harsh punishment moment. This is a sit down and fucking have a talk moment.
Yeah, it's literally just fucking talk to your son and be a reasonable human being, okay?
Just explain why these things are important.
Yeah. Oh, God almighty. Look, again...
This is how you get fucked up kids, when you don't take these opportunities to fucking teach things and instead just throw shit away in anger. And act like as much of a child as they were.
Right, you have to understand, the child has to fully understand why they're being punished, which is
yes.
why warnings exist.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what you do in this situation is like, it's like, he throws his sister's shit away. Cool. You sit him down, and you explain, you do that shit again,
yeah,
and I will make you understand that what it's like when you do that to other people by doing it to you.
Yeah.
Now he understands that it's wrong, and that if he doesn't want it to happen to him, he won't do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
When you pull,
And it's like, and then you watch his behavior and course correct, and if he does do it again, then you'd be like, well, I told you what's going to happen. You lose the Switch for 2 weeks.
And what happens when you pull shit like this is that they associate it with you losing your fucking shit. And so what happens is they don't learn shit, and they just become better at hiding their behavior. Because they know that as soon as they're uncovered, you're just gonna flip out on them.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's not the right kind of reinforcement. It's a recipe for them not learning anything and just become better liars.
I fucking hate like parents like this. Good lord.
Anyway, YTP or YT. Hey,
you're the poopy head.
Yeah, YouTube the poop.
Yeah.
My verdict is YouTube poop. Well,
Dinner.
Where there's smoke, they fight back. Nice. Nice. Let's see here. Yeah, I saw that one earlier, and I was like, "Ah, yeah, we got to do that on the show."
Oh boy.
Certain, you might be able to relate to this one, or at the very
That's
least,
an extremely frightening things to say.
or you'll very much wish you didn't.
I have fucked so much shit up in my life. Anyway, today I fucked up by booking a flight home with a layover in Japan. We're going with this. I just spent 1.5 months in Thailand, and it was time to go home. How were the hookers? So I booked a flight with Japan Airlines
on Yelp.
JFK. So I booked a flight with Japan Airlines, good choice, to JFK in New York with 2 stops, one in Osaka and one in Tokyo. Since all flights were operated by JAL, Japanese Airlines, I assumed when booking that my bags would be checked all the way through. At Bangkok Airport, I was told that I needed to get my bags in Osaka and recheck them, no problem. On the way to Osaka, my flight attendant hands me 2 cards to fill out. One of them is asking if I had any criminal convictions. I was arrested 3 years ago for a small amount of weed and paid a fine and did not want to lie to them. So I checked. Yes. Yeah, telling Asians you did drugs is the wrong move.
Yeah.
Here's when the shit storm begins. I get to immigration so I can get my bags, and she double checks with me to ensure that I'm meant to check yes in the box and asking about criminal conviction. She asks me about the conviction, and I tell her it was for marijuana. She starts laughing and speaking with the guy next to her, fills out a form, and puts my passport in a folder with the form. A man comes over and escorts me to a room and asks me questions with a translator on speaker. He explained to me that it is impossible to let me into the country. I told him I don't really need to enter. Fine if an employee can get me my bag checked for me, and I will stay in the transfer. He then explained that he cannot allow me to fly to Tokyo. He said since they cannot verify what I claim. They must confirm with the American embassy, which can take a long time. They said they then make me sign a form, basically withdrawing my landing. So I have to go back to Bangkok. So here I am, 6 hours later after landing, waiting for another flight back so I can book another flight to go home. Minus $700. Thumbs up. Glad I learned I am not welcome this way instead of booking a vacation here in the future, and that's what I get for being honest. TLDR, booked a flight home with connections in Japan and needed to recheck my bags, was asked about my criminal history for immigration, honestly about my one marijuana charge. Unbeknownst to me, Japan does not allow you to enter the country no matter what type or how long ago the drug charge was. I'm currently stuck in immigration. While I wait for 9 p.m. flight back to Bangkok, I'm out $700 and waiting 13 hours. So, like, yeah, telling any Asian country that you did drugs, considering this is the land that was completely ruled by, this is the area of the world that was completely ruled by drug lords and opium masters for fucking 1,000 years. Don't tell them you did drugs. They won't check. If you check no, you're not going to get in trouble. Nobody gives a fuck. They're only going to care if you click yes, if you check yes.
Yeah, someone in the comments points out they probably laughed because he's one of like 10 guys who's ever said yes to that.
Yeah. It's like, no, you say no.
By the way, this was classified as a medium Tifu, and that fits.
Yeah, that's definitely fitting.
He lost like 2 days and $700.
That's a pretty solid medium, Tifu, yeah.
Yeah. So public service announcement. Don't do that.
Yeah, when someone asks if you have a history of doing drugs at a Japanese airport, you say no!
Yeah.
Good. Glad we got that public service announcement out there.
Yep, you just tell them no.
All the people.
Don't make it the problem, they won't care.
All right. My turn. Another medium Tifu. This one, not safe for work.
Ooh.
If you're working, get the fuck out. Or I guess just put it on earphone or something. Anyway, today I fucked up by injuring a heart surgeon in the middle of heart surgery.
Oh no.
I am
by injuring a heart surgeon in the middle of heart surgery.
I know, it's an intriguing title. He asked so many questions. Was the surgeon doing surgery on his own heart? Is like who's the surgeon? Who's the surgerer? And do I have the heart to go on? I'm an assistant in heart surgery. I work with over a dozen different surgeons. The one doctor is one of the OGs at this place. Been around forever. Seen it all, done it all. Nothing really bothers him. Very quiet, reserved during surgery. That's what you want. I'm new here, so I'm really trying to make a good impression. The case before I worked with this doctor was literally the smoothest case I've ever assisted. I was truly a step ahead the entire case, and the surgeon didn't have to ask me to do anything because I was already doing it. It felt great. But when I saw my assignment was to work with him, I was super pumped. So when I saw that my assignment was to work with him, I was super pumped to get the chance to build on how great the previous case went. So there we are, in the middle of the surgery. The heart is arrested in diastole. The heart-lung machine is cycling the blood instead. We have the heart literally cut open to replace a valve. Right in the middle of placing the valve sutures into the heart, he handed me 2 of them, and I went to place a hemostat clamp on them outside of the open chest like I have with the rest of them. This is routine, and this is a routine and imprecise move, so I was kind of nonchalant about it. Unfortunately, the surgeon pulled his hand back right as I went to clamp, and I clamped a motherfucking metal clamp onto his pinky knuckle.
Oh.
He lurched back, screamed in pain, looked at me and said, "Now why the fuck did you do that for?" I was speechless, caught totally off guard. Obviously, I hadn't done it on purpose. This reserved and quiet surgeon just scored a TD in the Super Bowl spike with a now contaminated, with his own blood needle driver he had been holding onto the floor, ripped off his gown and gloves, and stormed out of the room. The entire room was pin drop quiet. What do we do with this open chest and open heart? What do we do with this open chest cavity without a surgeon? What happens now?
The surgeon left!
My career flashed before my eyes. My ears burned like lit sparklers, and sweat started running down my neck. My surgical goggles started fogging up. For a second, I felt like I was going to pass out. But 30 seconds later, we heard the surgeon slamming the metal pan in on the scrub sink, and we all knew he was scrubbing back in. He came back in the room a few minutes later, clearly red-hot mad, but we went right back to work and finished the case without a single word about what happened. When he was getting ready to leave the room, I apologized sincerely, which he kind of resentfully accepted. TLDR, I ripped a world-class heart surgeon's hand open with a metal clamp in the middle of surgery, which really pissed him off for some reason. But then he washed the blood off and went right back.
For some reason, he didn't take it so well.
I added that. But he washed the blood off and went right back to work like the professional that he is, and I almost died from shame.
Well, a little bit of context, like a surgeon's life is their hands. Any kind of lasting damage on their hands is like, detrimental not only to that surgery, but also to their entire fucking career, which they make very good money doing.
Oh yeah, there's 2 people whose hands you don't want to. There's 2 people whose hands you don't want to fuck with: pianists and surgeons.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to be very careful with my hands because, artist, writer, all this other stuff. Yeah. It's like chronic masturbator. So, like, if I lose my hands, I'm fucking done.
Okay, but are you a chronic masturbator to the point where you almost got extorted by Islamic terrorists?
No, I have not. I have not crossed that threshold there, but there's still time.
Okay.
I like this comment thread. So I guess you're writing this from a giant hole in the earth, right? I am currently hiding out in an abandoned forest in Siberia, connected to the civilized world only through Reddit. If you see my family, tell them that I love them. Oh my god.
That was medium, which I think fits, but it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been way, way worse.
There are way worse things that could have happened when there's an open chest cavity in front of you.
It's fucking insane that they're doing fucking heart surgery and the surgeon leaves.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. His chest is open!
I'm sorry, it's just such a fucking funny image.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Boy. Let's see here. Nope, that one sucks. I'm not doing that one.
Fuck that one.
Yeah, let's see here.
This one's too shitty for Kevin to read. Yeet!
It's not deserving of Kevin. Or anyone, really. Let's see. Kevin, read this one.
Okay. I'm getting all the itis today. Am I the asshole for returning a birthday gift I got from my boyfriend after he insulted me about my colorful past? Update posted on my page. I'm not reading it.
Yeah.
This happened last night, but my phone is still blowing up. I, F26, dipped into my savings and got Mike, my boyfriend, 27, a PS5 for his birthday
What
yesterday.
is his gender?
What is his gender?
What gender is your boyfriend? I need to know!
He knew he was getting the PS5 because he told me that the PS5 is the only thing he wants. We've been together for 4 years, so the cost didn't matter. That is, until I found out what he thinks of me.
Oh.
Some background. When I was 18, I was involved with Jake, a guy who I met online.
Of State Farm fame?
We ended things after 3 months, and I moved on shortly after with Adam, a guy from work. I found out a couple months later that Jake and Adam were actually really close friends, but I didn't know Jake long enough to meet his friend group, so I had no idea. After finding out, I took some time off dating, and 2 years later, I met my current boyfriend, Mike. I was upfront and honest with Mike about my past, and the fact that I was unintentionally involved with friends. He said he understood, and my past didn't bother him. Last night at his party, I showed up with the PS5.
Mike lied as easily as he breathed.
Right. Last night at his party, I showed up with the PS5, and him and his friends were screaming with joy. His best female friend Jessica laughed and said, "I wish I was a thought so I could afford a PS5 too."
Whoa. Wait, hold on.
LMAO.
I looked at her.
I wish I was a thought. Stop! Stop! Hold up!
Whoa!
Wait!
What?
No, nothing. I was talking about when she said, stop.
I looked at her with I looked at her with an "excuse me" look on my face, and she just said, "Never mind," and walked away. I confronted my boyfriend about it, and he said, and I quote, "She's just messing with you. You can't take a joke?" So I pushed further as to why this girl is even calling me names to begin with, and he said, "Well, everyone knows you were a thought before you met me."
Wait, that was the wrong one. I meant to do a quack.
Just throw him a shovel. Just have him dig the grave himself. Jeez. I asked him to explain how it was a thought before him, and he said, messing with best friends. He then patted me on the shoulder and said that it's okay because I'm not who I was back then, and if he could get over my colorful past and thought mentalities to give me a chance, then I could get over Jessica's comments and give her another chance.
What the fuck? I don't even know what sound effect to play after that.
I didn't say anything. I just got up and left. Took the PS5 from the gift table and left. He was pissed. He literally called me like 20 times, but I didn't care. I was so hurt, and I took the bow off and took it straight back to the store I got it from. They happily refunded it. I thought that was done, but Mike and all his friends, including Jessica, are berating me for being petty, and they're all saying I brought this on myself by making poor choices. I responded to Mike and told him that he deserves better than me, so find someone who wasn't a thought and get the PS5 from them because I returned it. He started screaming about how I'm the biggest asshole for returning it and how I should be happy he ignored my colorful past. I'm thinking maybe taking it back went too far. Am I the asshole? No.
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 No? The fuck?
What the fuck? You have to ask? Top comment from Sweet Potato Famished. I'm so confused, but maybe that's because I'm an old lady who got married around the time you were in kindergarten. A. If anyone was wrong in the Jake Adam incident, it was Adam. You might have dated friends, but he dated his best friend's ex. That's on them to figure out, and Adam's mistake only. 2. Where I come from, dating 3 dudes in 7 years does not a colorful past make. Did hoe get a new definition since the early 2000s? Not the asshole. And I hope you do something special for yourself with a little of that money you got back from returning that gift you got from your ex-boyfriend. Well, you know what they say. It's me or the PS5.
Yeah, if 3 dudes in 7 years is a colorful past, a lot of people are in trouble.
It's like, oh, if you can get over your thought mentality.
It's okay. I fixed her.
Right, this is just, like, hilariously out of touch.
This is so comical. Oh my god.
Next time, eat a salad.
Fucking god damn it. Beautiful. No.
Magnanimous.
Absolutely not the asshole in any way, shape, or form. You handled that beautifully, honestly. I can't get over that. Oh, if you can get over your thought
Hey, now that you
mentality.
achieve Chad status, maybe you can find a real partner. It'll be great.
Yeah. Jeez.
Let's see here.
This is what I love about the Reddit dive. We get to see so many different incredible brands of human stupidity.
Yeah, it really is the Schadenfreude hour.
All right. Am I the asshole for how I suggested my niece deal with homophobia? Oh boy.
Oh no. No.
Let's
go.
I'm 35. And I've been
Boomer.
out. I'm 35 and I've been out as queer for the last 15 years. Golf clap, please.
Yes.
Clap.
God damn, I'm not on the, hold on.
Let's remember that being outed as a queer 15 years ago is actually, pretty,
Yeah, although let's also remember that 15 years ago was 2007.
True.
I know, but still, even then, that was
Yeah.
still less accepted than it is now. So
Yeah.
anyway, my sister Jess's daughter Renee, just came out as lesbian. She's 16, and while her family and there you go. No, they don't get the golf clap. This was 15 years ago. It's easy to do in 2020. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's just-
Okay. You get a quack.
Just kidding. For the record, I'm just kidding. Jesus Christ.
You get a golf quack.
Golf quack.
Trust. These ducks were recorded on a live golf course in front of a live studio audience.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. I love this show. Keep going.
Anyway, my sister Jess's daughter Renee just came out as lesbian. She's 16, and while her family and friends are accepting she's had some issues with other people. Jess asked me if I could give her advice on it. I gave her this advice. Sometimes people will try to debate you on your sexuality. I'd never engage. Even if you win, debating your personhood will eat you up on the inside.
I
That's
agree.
pretty true.
I agree.
Instead, know this about bigots. The hate isn't about you. When someone shames another person, they are often coming from a place of deep internal shame, self-restriction, isolation, etc. They see self-denial as a virtue, to justify their own self-imposed restriction, and resent the person who in true accord with themselves.
Sure.
Uh,
I think it's a little more
They're
complicated
deeply
than that, but
They're
that's
deeply
not
lonely.
untrue.
Yeah, they're deeply lonely in a fearful place, have been indoctrinated to fear their fellow man. They're part of churches or organizations that maintain power and control through the fear of the other. And you're undoubtedly being othered as propaganda tool. If
Yep.
someone tries to argue with you about your sexuality, ask them to reflect on themselves instead. Don't let them debate you. Just keep reminding them that they only have to answer to themselves and to God. I gave her all that advice and she listened, and she felt better hearing that shit people are saying about her is 100% not about her. But stuff got kind of rough when she went back to church next. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh.
Here's how to
You
attack-
don't go
here's
back
how
to
to-
the church.
Here's how to attack faithful people. Now go back to church. It appears, it apparently made things really awkward. I'm sorry. Apparently, God, I skipped like 2 paragraphs. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm drunk as mead. I am drunk, woo. Apparently, one of her dad's friends was giving her the whole love the sinner, hate the sin shit, and went off on it. Asking him in front of everybody why he was so red in the face, saying she didn't want to debate her own sexuality, but she was concerned about him. That he was so clearly sad and afraid and ashamed that he was putting that pain into the world. And she'd hoped he'd go home that day and reflect on whatever life, letting fear and shame control and isolate him. It apparently made things really awkward and made the guy madder at her, saying she didn't know him, and she's like, I don't know you to see that. I'll pray for you. Which Gen Z is gutsy, and honestly, I was proud of her. But my sister was upset. She asked me if I told the daughter to call this guy sad and angry, and I said, yeah, though just generally, not about that specific guy. My sister told me that she thought I was setting her daughter up for trouble, that the stuff I suggested it was going to make a lot of people angry. I said those people were already angry. She said that advice wasn't age appropriate at all, that I should have said more of the love yourself, self-confident stuff, and wanted her daughter to be safe and worried about her seeing that kind of thing. Am I the asshole for the advice I gave? It was honestly the best advice I had. Well, okay, so...
No.
All right, so you're not the asshole.
Jess is victim blaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jess is victim blaming, but at the same time, like, at the same time, here's what I'll say. You are not an asshole for explaining, like, why people are bigots, right? People are, traditionally bigots because they have been indoctrinated or have learned through either experience or indoctrination to fear other people and to try to either forcibly conform them or shut them out.
Yeah.
Like, either join my tribe or stay on that side of the fence, right?
Yeah.
While I shout insults at you, right? And it's because of their
possibly spears.
They can't. They lack the ability to see. They lack the ability to see people for people. It's one of the hottest takes I have, and this is a scary one. Hitler was a human too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let that one sink in.
Yeah, people don't like to think about that.
Even the most evil men are still human, and it's just people fail to recognize that.
Dude, I watched a video about his failure to start an art career, and the entire time I watched that, went through that history, I was like, damn, he was just a normal fucking guy for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. And then the thing about him was that he was incredibly nationalized and filled with a deep-seated hatred towards the Western world for what they did to his country after the ending of World War One.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, a lot of anecdotes from that time of his life, he was just a guy failing to sell post stamps on the street.
Yeah. And then he was given a lot of power with a lot of anger, and he fucked the world royally up.
Yeah, a lot of these anecdotes come from his roommate, which is crazy to think about.
And then his biggest failing was, taking his anger and aggression out on someone else, on an entire people and an entire world sees as have betrayed him. So it's like bigots are like this. They like and so like the advice you gave her was good, making her understand that. What you should have said at the end, though, is making her understand, however, maybe not the best idea to go around calling people out on this shit.
Yeah.
This is a very subconscious thing.
To be fair, though, is it OP's fault that a 16-year-old girl lacks tact?
True.
No,
I feel like it's just gonna happen regardless.
No, but he should understand that. He should understand that, hey, she's not going to have tact, and just be ready that if you do get into they're probably not going to take it sitting down. So just be prepared for that. Laugh at them and walk away.
As top comment says, not the asshole. What she told that idiot definitely struck some truth within, and you did fine. Your sister is not as open-minded as she wants you to think. She worries about what her church family will think of her. She needs to be more concerned with standing up for her daughter and standing by her.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people try to have their cake and eat it too with their many relationships.
Yeah.
At some point, you know, when stuff like this comes up, you kind of have to just decide who is actually here for me and who is not, and then make your decisions based on that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna say not the asshole because I think all this advice was.
No, the advice
and
was
well-intended.
absolutely great. If it was me, I would have added a moniker.
Sure.
Just remember though, if you call somebody out on this shit, the best thing to do, still understanding this, is just to not even try to engage with them.
Sure, I understand that.
Yeah, because you know, they're not gonna agree with you. They're not gonna say boy. I mean, they're bigots, right? They're not gonna say boy.
Well, boy, golly gee, I guess you're right. I'm gonna go repent now.
And repent.
Yeah, that is a years-long process.
They're going to double down, and it's only going to make your harassment work. So
best case scenario, that is a years-long process.
Right, just fucking walk away from these idiots. Like, you understand what makes them tick now, which gives you validation, and that's all you really need. Like, you just need to feel at peace with yourself. You don't need to call every fucker out on the street out about this, because you're not going to change their mind. You're just going to make their life, you're going to make your life and their life more miserable.
I suppose so.
I do agree that the mother in this case is a dumbass, and she needs to pick.
Yeah,
she needs to pick a side. Either defend your daughter or you know, be a dick. Your choice.
Yeah, and I think that's all well and good. I just at that age, I just see it as an inevitable learning experience that at some point they're going to get a little too assertive of someone.
Yeah, no, the daughter didn't do anything inherently wrong, and neither did the. I just think that if it was me giving the advice, I'd add the caveat at the. If you bring this up with people, just be prepared that they will lash out. Best thing to do is, now that you know this, just walk away from them and laugh. Just laugh. Walk away from them.
Anyway,
you know, you see them with the clown makeup now. Just laugh at them like the clowns and walk away.
All right.
But anyway,
let's finish this with this Ita that I'll read now. This one was also deleted.
We begin with deletion, we end with deletion.
Yeah, life is truly a palindrome.
That first one was fucking amazing, though. Good lord. That was the most clear cut. You're a fucking loser I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
Also, is your wife hot? Because I could, you know, I could help her out.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for threatening legal action due to the things my child's mom told her? That is highly contextual. I, 37M, have a daughter, 14. What is her gender?
What's her gender?
This is confusing me because he then gets it right with my ex-wife, Rachel, 37F. So what the fuck? Anyway, Rachel was always my best friend and someone who I trusted 100%. I'm sorry. I have a best friend named Drew, 37M. We met in 3rd grade. He's basically my brother at this point. Rachel knew we had a tight bond, and she always treated Drew great. 4 years ago, Drew told me he was seeing someone other than his wife. He told me not to say anything until he figured out what to do. So I went home and told my wife. She was appalled, which I never really got as her and Drew's wife were casual friends, if anything. I told her not to say anything, as we needed to stay out of it. Drew was also Uncle Drew to our daughter, so we needed to be delicate. My wife said she wouldn't say anything. Well, the next day she told Drew's wife. Everyone's a liar! Can't trust nobody. Anyway.
You're a bunch of fucking snitches.
Yeah. Long story short, they ended up separating. Me and Drew didn't speak for a year because he was so mad at me. I refused to tell Rachel anything about my life anymore because I couldn't trust her. The situation festered, and we separated with joint custody. We always keep our daughter out of the drama. My kid comes over to my place this weekend, and Drew is over, and she says, "What's up, scumbags?"
Oh my god, what?
To Drew and his fiance, who is also over. Long story short, really loves that phrase. Rachel and Drew's ex talked to my daughter, and then my ex-wife decided to dump everything on her. She explained why we split, what Drew did, what I did, and said Drew was getting married again was a joke. My daughter is in the wedding, which is next year. She now says she doesn't want to be in it since Drew is a scumbag. Drew and his fiance left after my daughter kept shit-talking them. I called her mom, who told me she only told our daughter the truth after she overheard their conversation, and she felt like our daughter was old enough. I said she had no right, and that was petty and wrong of her to say those things without me present. Drew should have had the right to defend himself and explain things to our daughter if she had questions, not cling to the word of a pissed-off ex. and how just because she's now fake friends with Drew's ex-wife doesn't give her the right to open her big mouth about my brother's situation or new fiance. I told her to grow the hell up and maybe try dating or something if she's not that bored. If she's that bored. My daughter confirmed the things that were told to her. I hung up and we were at it again, by this time her calling me a scumbag. She said I was a shitty person for covering for Drew. I said she had no idea what she was talking about. She's now saying she doesn't want Drew around anymore, to which I told her, too bad, as she isn't in charge around here and is obviously misguided. I then talked to my lawyer, who said I have a clear case for alienation. I told Rachel that if she doesn't fix or backtrack what she told our daughter, then I plan on taking her to court. Am I the asshole?
Huh?
Is he the asshole?
I'm trying to parse everything. Give me a second.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth in that one.
Yeah, I'm looking through the comments, and a lot of people are just arguing over the definition of parental alienation.
Yeah. Like, what does it mean in this I don't... Oh, my God.
Everyone sucks here.
Everyone sucks.
I don't even want to analyze this.
Yeah,
Everyone
honestly,
just sucks.
Yeah, I'm going to give this my official verdict of fuck this.
Yeah, fuck all of you.
No
You
wonder
suck.
this was deleted. This was awful.
Yeah, everyone in this story is awful.
Yeah. Fucking get therapy. Be better people. Do better. Grow and learn as people.
Yeah, my verdict is fuck you, it's lightning round time.
Yeah. Lightning round, let's go!
This is the lightning round. This is where we go to our unpopular opinions and find some unpopular opinions that are the opposite of popular, supposedly. And we find out if we agree or disagree, and maybe a little bit about ourselves in the process. So let's learn. Let's learn, everyone, about ourselves and the world around us.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Let's see here. Unpopular opinion: playgrounds for adults. We need them.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter said we need adult-sized jungle gyms.
Call
and I'm
them amusement parks. Jesus.
No, they're talking. No, they mean like exercise shit. Like,
yeah,
we need adult-sized jungle gyms.
There are there are gyms around the country that do the American Ninja Warrior stuff.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah, but they kind of exist.
Yeah, shitty show. Probably a decent place to be.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
who the fuck? Actually, I think it's great. But who the fuck also goes?
We like Ninja Warrior. We don't like American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
big
think they're
difference
both
there.
fine. I think they're both fine. But
That's a conversation for another day.
look, man, I'm just saying, watching like dudes like just fucking crush impossible obstacles with muscle is cool, no matter what you're looking
I
at.
agree.
I mean,
My problem
any
is
deeper than that, I don't care.
Yeah, my problem is that the American Ninja Warrior thing does the American reality TV shit of like everything of like, oh god. I'm there for the competition, not your sob story.
Yeah, it has some fucking undercover boss level sob stories.
It does,
going on.
yeah.
Fair enough. I did enjoy the guy who had two prosthesis though, trying to complete the course. He got about halfway.
See, that's cool. That's cool.
Well, that actually directly ties into what he's doing.
Yeah, but a lot of this is just
Right.
like, oh, my mother has cancer and I'm doing this because
I'm going on a game show
Okay,
because
look,
we don't
all
have a
right.
functional
Anyway, those
economy.
gyms exist. All right, shut up. So those gyms exist, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's something. Also, you can always just go to a playground and like, you know, just take your burly arms and do a fucking.
Sure, but are they wrong in spirit?
I do agree though.
Yeah. I think the general gist of what he's saying is
Yeah,
valid.
sure. But then how do you keep the kids out of there?
A 4-foot tall fence.
There you go.
Right. Or maybe playgrounds should just have like a lifeguard and then like, you know, adult swim time.
Or we can do that. We could draw that line that Dumbledore drew on the Goblet of Fire to keep all the kids out.
Right. If we do adult playgrounds, can we have like the playground equipment that used to be awesome, like the merry-go-rounds where like everybody was getting
Yeah, could we have like all the shit that Michelle Obama took away?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like
And
fucking merry-go-rounds.
Can we have a fucking peanut butter fountain running freely?
Yeah. No, so the little park near my house, which is down the street from my house, they used to have like a robust, like solid wood jungle gym set and everything, and with steel bolts and everything. It was perfectly safe, but they had metal slides and stuff. And then out of nowhere, fucking somebody was like, hey, you know, it'd be great if we took all this out and put in a pre-built, like, you know, fucking plastic and metal one instead. And I'm not kidding, when the local ruffians saw that, like, they immediately started doing things like setting fire to the slide so it melted it.
Oh my
Made it
god.
useless. And I'm like, oh, see what you did? You fucking ruined it.
You had something good, and you thought, hey, let's make it worse, and you fucked it up.
Anyway, I like these ones that are, you can really tell they're writing about an annoyance that literally just happened.
Yeah.
This guy says, unpopular opinion, if you cook fish in the office kitchen, everyone should be allowed to go home and you have to do their jobs for the afternoon. Did something happen 15 minutes ago, buddy?
Okay, is this the same guy that threw away his mom's tuna fish sandwich?
I hope so. I hope so. We can only hope. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion, Jerry Seinfeld is not funny. He only played a funny comedian on TV.
What's the deal with this post?
What's the deal with LP? They seem to have no sense of humor.
I think fucking humor is incredibly subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
there
you're Amy
is no-
Schumer.
Yeah, there was literally no more subjective place of debate than stand-up comedians.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's got very different tastes in that regard. Anyway. Unpopular opinion, night at the beach better than day at the beach. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what?
I can see the appeal.
Yeah. I think evening into night at the beach definitely better than day at the beach.
Certainly cooler, not as hot.
So it's cooler, sparser, moodier.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know, not as many people around, not as much noise.
Yeah, I can get behind this. I can get behind this.
Yeah, the Baka Gaijin approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, lemons.
Yeah, lemons.
Anyway. Let's see.
Mind blow number 1.
Okay. Unpopular opinion, there's nothing impressive about tall NBA players dunking. Yeah, as opposed to all those short NBA players. I'm not validating that one.
I'm not validating that. It's just, how am I supposed to respond?
Yeah.
Don't watch basketball, nerd.
Hold on. I gotta see what the context is for this one. Okay, this guy says, unpopular opinion, sushi is meh, and it's not the raw fish. I'm gonna take a stab at explaining why I think sushi is such a boring food. I know it's been done a lot, but I always see the wrong reasons being cited, like fish nobody bothered to cook. If sushi's what's for dinner, I will suck it up and go with it. If I'm gonna have it, I actually prefer sashimi because it's at least good lean protein. I like ceviche too, definitely not the fish, but it doesn't really taste like much. It's not even really fish. It's edible, but I'm always left wondering, why would I pay for this experience? The real problem is the rice, seasoned with vinegar and sometimes sugar, served either cold or at room temperature. I actually like the seaweed too, but pair that with some room temperature vinegar-laced rice, you might as well just scoop some dirty water out of a fish tank and cook your rice with it. That's okay. Okay, that's hyperbole, but it helped me put my finger on why sushi's not for me. You know what? I'll vote for your very weirdly specific hang-up.
I mean, I can certainly agree this is an unpopular opinion. Good on you for that. Mike, what's your fucking take on this? I'm not sure.
I mean, like, I really like sushi. Don't ask me why I like it.
Oh, I fucking love sushi.
Like, it's not drowned in salt and ketchup and sweet and sour sauce and a bunch of other stuff that American palate enjoyers do. But that's kind of the nice thing about it, is that it's light and refreshing. despite being packed with carbohydrates and protein.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, how many American dishes, when you want carbohydrates and protein, boil down to something that's got way too much salt, ketchup, mayonnaise, a bunch of other bullshit added onto it that just makes the flavor heavy and thick. And then your only option for having something light and refreshing is like coleslaw, which has no protein, or fucking a salad, which again is just sugar and carbohydrates. So it's like, you know, having something that allows me to enjoy a full meal without feeling, you know, bloated and greasy and disgusting at the end of the day is nice.
I'm sorry, did you say a salad is full of carbohydrates?
Yes, because of the dressing. Unless you eat your salad like a fucking rabbit.
That's a good point.
Also, a lot of those salads have things like nuts and chips and stuff like on them nowadays.
Right,
like everybody's trying to have like a 10 ingredient salad, and it's like, you know, a lot of that stuff, you know, adds up.
Sure. I mean, the point is to sneak in the lettuce.
Right.
It's you know, whatever. Anyway, we got a truly unpopular opinion here. I don't like Dio's sub voice in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Get out of here.
It seems like everyone universally loves Takahito Kayasu as Dio, but to me, he just sounds like a normal Japanese dude with a head cold.
Oh my god.
I am not impressed with him compared to Patrick Seitz's performance in the dub.
Dude, I love Patrick Seitz's performance as well, but you are not, in my presence, going to disrespect Takahito Koyasu like that. I am sorry.
Yeah, I'll give you an upvote for a truly unpopular
That
opinion.
is truly an unpopular
Get outta here.
opinion. Get the fuck out of my sight.
Yeah, get out of here.
Road roller out of 10.
Unpopular opinion, Donkey Kong 64 is one of the best games on the N64. I agree, it's definitely one of the top 25 N64 games that
You know, I played that game as a kid, and through a lot of trial and error and probably hundreds of hours in it, I beat everything in that fucking game except for getting the rare token to fight King K. Rool. And the reason that was entirely because I couldn't beat the original fucking Donkey Kong arcade game as a child.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing people complain about that game is the character exclusive collectibles, which get really tedious to get.
Yeah, because that basically forces you to track through the exact same routes to just grab multiple different versions of the exact same thing over and over, which can get repetitive. It is a way to pad out the experience, that's why it's there. To this day, for the record, Donkey Kong 64 holds the record for most collectibles in a game. That's not necessarily a good thing. But it is a thing that this game has a distinction for.
But what about Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts?
Nope.
Wow.
What about Mario Odyssey's fucking 1,000 moons?
How many moons does Mario Odyssey? Hold on.
It's like 960 or something.
How many moons in Mario Odyssey? Okay, there are 830 with the option to buy up to 999. How many collectibles?
Back to the Kevin Googles Things podcast.
DK64. There are a total of 3,831 collectibles.
Okay. Well,
1,680 colored bananas, 100 golden bananas, 8 boss keys, 1 blueprint, 15 banana medals, 4 K. Rool crowns, a Nintendo coin, and the rare coin.
well, okay then.
Yeah. Hold on. Is that bananas per Kong? I don't know. Still, almost 4,000 collectibles in that game. Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yep.
Unpopular opinion, Home on the Range is a more enjoyable movie to watch than WALL-E. Again, upvote for your unpopular opinion.
WALL-E is a better movie, but I guess Home on the Range is more cartoony. It's more colorful, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. It's a weird comparison to make. Yeah, let's compare Roseanne Cow movie to WALL-E. Fucking, I don't know. What made you think about that? That's what I want to know. was the thought process that led to this?
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, garage sales shouldn't sell baby clothes. I hate following garage sale signs from the street corner to street corner, only to find tables of infant clothes and toys. It's a very specific group of people who are looking for baby clothes. There really isn't a need to sell them at a garage sale. Put them on Facebook Marketplace. Don't call it a garage sale.
Or just donate them to Goodwill.
Yeah. Well, no, because you gotta hustle.
Right, of course.
Yeah, we're in a hustle culture, Kevin. You can't just give shit away.
Right.
Oh, that's $15 for that little baby bib.
I get why this happens, because baby clothes, you use them for 2 years and then you gotta get rid of them somehow.
Yeah, they're probably the most disposable clothes that you can buy. So, like, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that they shouldn't be sold at garage sales, but it is incredibly fucking common.
Yeah, this is also another entry in the this happened 15 minutes ago, didn't it?
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's a good way to also, like, I know a lot of young parents will go around to garage sales and stuff looking for specifically that, so I understand why it's there. Because it's certainly, like, have you seen the price of baby shit these days? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Raising a kid used to be, like, raising a kid, like, was like a $50,000 endeavor at one point, and now it's like $70,000, and it keeps going up every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just talking about getting them past the toddler stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion, wedding speeches are the worst. Nah, weddings are the worst.
Yeah, weddings in general, just fuck them. Suck. They fucking suck, dude. As we have
let's
shown.
show to everybody else how happy we are in this moment,
Yeah.
while the rest of you watch.
Yeah, weird. I don't think culturally it started that way. I think at way back yonder when we lived in villages, it used to be like a whole excuse for the village to celebrate. It was kind of celebrating the prosperity of your community, and then at some point it just became about the people themselves.
Yeah.
And dragging everyone else around so that they can have their perfect day, and the rest of us can grumble for 4 hours, eat a piece of cake, and go home. Yeah, weddings just suck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
As we have shown multiple times on this podcast through various
Oh yeah,
itas.
also the number one generator of sour Reddit posts.
Yep.
Unpopular opinion, I don't like when women flash me. That's a problem you have?
Dude, why are you complaining?
These women keep flashing me. Just randomly. Out of nowhere.
Hey, send some of them bitches my way. Seriously, come on now.
Okay,
You don't want them, send them to me.
It's like, come on, let me get some.
Yeah, get off a Reddit, Rito. Don't you have bitches to not be fucking?
Man, I hate it when women just show me their boobs for no reason. Dude, give me some of that.
I just like he look, if he's uncomfortable by it, that's valid. I'm just wondering what circumstance is he in.
I know, right? Seriously, jeez.
Anyway,
dude, what amazing life are you living where this is a consistent issue for you?
Unpopular opinion, I should be able to deduct points from my professors if they don't get my grades back on time. You could try.
You can try. Good luck.
Yep, good luck with that. All candy tastes infinitely better if you freeze it a little bit. All candy?
All candy.
All candy?
All
even
candy.
Cotton candy? Interesting. Even rock candy?
I think rock candy isn't going to, like, fucking change anything if you freeze it.
If you freeze it enough.
Maybe? I don't know. I will admit there are some candies that are slightly better frozen, but like, for instance, anytime I get like a Charleston Chew, I immediately throw that shit in the freezer for like an hour.
Yeah, Kevin hates his teeth. We all know it. Is that how they got that way?
You'll never know.
Oh, this is a great one. Unpopular opinion. I hate the word babe or baby when referring to lovers. Oh, God, me too. Ugh. The worst.
That's...
Cringe.
So do I have to find different words to refer to Cuba the Third with now?
That's a question you're gonna have to wrestle with on your own time.
Yeah,
and you know why? Because this show is done, baby.
Yeah,
this episode is over.
Let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Baka Gaijin Show. If you want to be part of the show, you can email us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com. And if you want more of the thoughts in our sick, twisted little brains, you can follow us on Twitter at ZekeFreak, at CCharmanderK, at Sarah and Cedranor, and you can subscribe if you want. It's okay. We won't tell nobody. If you want more of this. See you next time on the Baka Gaijin Show. Zeke Freak out. Ciao, ciao for now.
Have a good day.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone and that includes you.